NFL Week 8 Sunday Night Football from upstate Western New York in Orchard Park as the Buffalo Bills will host the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay coming off a loss at Washington last Sunday, sitting at 3-4. Buffalo at 5-1. Last one 2 weeks ago at Kansas City, coming off of a bye. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, two California kids at quarterback. Should have a good game on our hands, even though, of course, Green Bay has been battling injuries at numerous positions. They're going to have to find a running game tonight to help out A-Rod. Josh Allen should ball out. We'll see about mistakes with turnovers, how much, of course, that'll play key this evening with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on the call on NBC. Thanks for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Gordon Duke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. But Halloween weekend, go Pack Go for the Green Bay Packers fan base and the Bills Mafia with a home Sunday game. And the weather seems to have held off. No wind, no rain, no snow, surprisingly, this time of year in Buffalo, in which they'll receive a new stadium in a few short years. But I mean, what more could we ask for? Packers, Bills, Sunday football. They meet about once every 4 years. Yep. We've been waiting all day for Sunday night for sure, even though earlier, of course, at least for myself, as a Steeler fan, Pittsburgh going to Philly and losing. 2-6. The Eagles still the lone unbeaten. Buffalo would be undefeated, but Miami beat them last month. NFL trade deadline, I might add, is Tuesday. As both teams reportedly have been looking to add pieces. As, you know, no doubt about it, both these teams are favorites to go deep into this season and in the playoffs, of course, early next year in 2023. But, of course, it's all the 2022-23 season for that matter. But even with, you know, Green Bay stumbling recently, I wouldn't be shocked if they win tonight, to be honest with you. Picking Buffalo. You know, even with Rodgers saying, as tonight's the largest underdog he's been entering a game, as 10.5-point Buffalo Bill favorites here tonight on Sunday Night Football. And once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. But, I mean, like I said, what more could you ask for? And as he stated, as he always has something to say. Must be that ayahuasca, but you know, why not go shock the world? Why not, you know, go tell that, hey, like, we're still here. Like, we haven't gone anywhere. We might have lost 2 games. The thing is, it's still a long season. So they're hoping to embrace, you know, the role of being who they are, but then also what's happened recently, what people think of them. So, might add, as it's Halloween weekend, and in prime time for Sunday Night Football, backs up against the wall. The Packers have won their last 13 regular season primetime games. So, okay, it's Halloween weekend. Of course, NBC with Dateline. We go to upstate, Western New York and Orchard Park in Buffalo, blue collar city. Bills Mafia. It seems like they're giving us an intro. They're trying to figure out the wide right, wide left, Four Falls of Buffalo. These highlights. No. Yeah, it just feels like they're trying to solve a mystery. This is actually pretty funny. I mean, if you know what Dateline or Snapped is, and then add that in with the Bills Mafia and football, but then now you got Aaron Rodgers coming in, taking on Josh Allen. Could be a low-scoring game. Could be a very low-scoring game here this evening. Yeah. But yeah, Melissa Stark down on the sideline. Rodgers, of course, 2-time back-to-back NFL MVP. Josh Allen's been considered, but, close but no cigar. Yeah, here's Rodgers talking about playing Buffalo Sunday night. Yep, nobody's giving him a chance. Bring it on. Yeah, best thing for them. As they've lost 3 straight for the first time since 2018. Brady just lost 3 straight in primetime and Thursday football for the first time in 20 years. What's wrong with, a few teams? We'll get more into that when we talk about the rest of the NFL a little bit later on. But, yeah, go out and show out. Shut everybody the hell up. But Buffalo, the thing is, they're a damn good team. So it's not like they're, sitting at where they're sitting at and, playing the fucking Jaguars or the Lions or, whoever for that matter, okay? Playing the Buffalo Bills in 2022, not 2005 and Rodgers' rookie year. So, Packers on the kickoff. And we'll get to see Josh Allen, the Bill offense first. He's from Wyoming, FYI, before they run the intros. But in the meantime, here we go. Kickoff right to left. Buffalo with a touchback. They'll be going left to right across the television screen, ready on our dial. And here's the Bill offense. Thank you, Mike Tirico. CC Waterback himself, Chris Collinsworth. Buffalo, they've struggled at running the football the past few years. Josh Allen, for the most part, been, their leading rusher 9 times out of 10. So, Diggs in motion. He'll get the ball a lot. They'll hand off Singletary. And he'll get 5, maybe 6 to the 31 on the opening play. So, we'll see what gives tonight. I honestly don't know what the hell's going to happen. I don't. Of course, Madden pissed off about yesterday and earlier today, but what can you do? Came tonight, honestly, not knowing, one, what to say, let alone think, and got passed incomplete. So as we move on, I'll find myself, if you will. But, still, the thing is, it should be a damn good game, regardless if Green Bay's 3-4 compared to Buffalo being at 5-1. On paper, it's a damn good game, okay? But then each game's going to be different. Even with Buffalo being as good as they are, Green Bay's still good. They've just, lost more than they've won so far this year. But that's why, of course, every game is played. It's side on paper, side on the field. And talk about mistakes. We almost had a turnover on that play. Allen rolls out, deep ball, and falls incomplete. 4th and 4, they'll punt to begin the game. So he sometimes, it seems like, tries to do too much. And trying to make a big play early. Dawson Knox was bringing up the rear intended for Gabe Davis, but just good coverage, and it falls incomplete. Picked off. They'll still field with a punt here. But from the 30, Buffalo on to boom and away. So, oh shit, they almost block it. And from the 25 on the return, about a 4 or 5 yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. But like I said, they've been battling some injuries as of late. They're going to have to find a running game with Jones and A.J. Dillon. You definitely got to get Big Bob Robert Tonyan the football. Bakhtiari is active, playing tonight, okay. But Jenkins is out. And I believe this is the 3rd straight week, maybe the 4th, that they've had a different starting 5 up front on the O-line. And they'll start off running the football, Aaron Jones for a yard. So 2nd and 9, but Aaron Rodgers, for God's sakes, you can't count him out. So it must be cold. He's wearing sleeves. It's late October in upstate Western New York by Lake Erie. What do you expect? Basically fucking Canada. But even with it being cold, it's football weather. Like, it shouldn't be a factor. No wind, no rain, no snow, like I said. Jones on the give again. But even with him, okay, AJ Dillon behind him, 1-2 punch. When they're, consistent at pounding it. But as Randall Cobb's out, so is Alan Lazard, the Lizard himself. Dobbs has stepped up. I mean, it's been about a month or so since he emerged at Tampa. So Green Bay has had to, go on the road a few times, including Crown Pond here early, first half of the season. That pass going to be caught. Sammy Watkins, the former Bill and Ram and Chief, I might add. So he's at receiver along with Dobbs. Christian Watson from North Dakota State, who's used to this weather, but of course they will play the Fargo Dome. Amari Rodgers is somebody else too that they use in the return game, but I wouldn't be surprised if he, emerges tonight. Mercedes Lewis behind Tonyan as Josiah DeGuara is in motion. Rodgers pump fake, stumps it off to Dillon out of the backfield, lowers his shoulder, and gets about 9, maybe 9.5, 10. About a yard short, it looks like. 2nd and 1 for the Green Bay Packers. So here's the Bill defense, and Jordan Poyer had to travel by van to Chief game 2 weeks ago because of a medical issue. They didn't allow him to fly, but he was still able to play. So they had to drive from Buffalo to Kansas City and play and then drive back. At least they were on a bye last week. That would have been pretty tough. That much amount of time in a car to go play a 3-4 hour game and then to just do the same on the way back. And then go out and play another game. At least he had some time to rest. But dump off Jones, first down, Green Bay. Why don't you take a deep shot from the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Watson in motion. They'll hand off again. They're trying to run the football. And then they'll run the play action off. So at least they're getting, some touches for both Jones and Dillon here. Watkins with the catch for first down. Dillon has a catch, as does Jones as well. So really nothing to these receivers other than, 11 Sammy Watkins. But 2nd and 8, like I said, why don't you take a deep shot? You're perfect spot to go deep. From the 43-yard line, 2nd and 8. And they'll fake the draw. He's going to get sacked back at midfield. So 3rd and long for Green Bay, under 10 to play in this opening quarter. So from midfield, 3rd and 15, Rodgers, quick pass. Watson got a few blockers, but he's going to be short. 4th and about 3. He's slow to get up. Rodgers notices he's down. He's like, oh, shit. Motherfucker. Can't, afford to lose him. They're already down a few receivers to begin with. He goes down now. I mean, you're basically down to Dobbs and Rodgers at receiver. And that's not Aaron Rodgers throwing to himself. That's Aaron Rodgers throwing to Amari Rodgers. But that's what I said. You got to get these tight ends involved and run the football. You got to continue to get Jones and Dillon some touches, and just hopefully your defense can make some stops. Maybe get a turnover or two to help you out. Maybe there's a defensive touchdown or special teams play this evening as well. Special teams could always be key. But I think, honestly, turnover is going to either win or lose one of these two teams' game tonight. So we'll see what gives. But, Buffalo goes 3 and out on their opening drive. Green Bay's got something good going. It's going to be 4th and 3. I don't know if they're going to plan on going for it or not, because it looked like they were going to get up on the ball. But then the injury, and, you're on the road. It's early. You got to play it safe. You got to punt. You got to pin them deep and make them drive on you. At least defensively, they really don't have, a hell of a lot of injuries compared to what, they have not going right for them on offense. So, we'll once again see what gives, but somebody's got to step up for Green Bay tonight on offense. Like, Rodgers can't do it all by himself. Thing is, too, we'll talk about the trade deadline. Depending on what happens tonight, tomorrow, I'm sure there's already chatter, as there has been, but, now under 48 hours, you could see Green Bay make a move. Could see Buffalo make a move or two to, help them add on to what they've already done so far this year, rather than a team like the Packers or the Bucks or the Rams, or just teams that are 2-6, 3-4, 3-5, 500, 4-4. Not selling, but of course wanting to add pieces to. Maybe that's the difference they need, one player here, one player there to get them over the hump. Rodgers has even stated too, like, he doesn't care who the hell it is, just somebody needs to step up and make plays. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Empty set. Probably going to try and draw them off sides of the hard count. Got 12 seconds on the play clock. Maybe they take a play a game. Yeah, here comes the hard count. No, they'll snap it. Shit, Rodgers going to get rid of it incomplete. That might come back to bite them. Especially if Buffalo drives and scores a touchdown here. Yeah, nobody was open. I don't know who that he was thrown to, but Hey, I guess you can say let's go Buffalo, but what the fuck? Who the hell was he throwing? There's nobody there. Unless the receiver went out when he was supposed to run in. Yeah, you want him, hey, go the other way. Two receivers ran the same fucking route to the sideline. When that's why he threw to the middle of the field. He was hoping to be there. It wasn't. So, miscue with the miscommunication. I mean, what can he do? But still, man, just, a little risky to still go for it there from 39-yard line. I mean, you're not kicking it. It's, 55-plus yard field goal. So Allen going to be under center. They're probably going to establish this run game as well. Devin Singletary for 9, maybe 10, depending on the spot. It'll be second and short, it looks like. But, we'll see what happens with this after that sequence. But Watson did get up and walk off, so... I mean, it's not like if they trade for anybody, they just, magically appear in the second half here tonight. They're not going to get them until next week, but... Season ain't over by any means. I get the Vikings are playing good, but, with the NFC the way it is, they can still have a chance to win that division along with, making another wild card. Some trash talk in the tunnel pregame. So we'll see if, this continues on in the game with Stephon Diggs and Jair Alexander. Yeah. Now, he made a good play on the incompletion on third down and almost picked it off. But Singletary on the run, and he's off to the races inside the 30, 20, 15, and that's where he's brought down. So talk about the run game. These Buffalo's helping out Josh Allen here a little bit. And, I mean, the thing is with these two teams, they're more similar than they are not. On, honestly, both sides of the football, including special teams, too. That's why this game, even with, some injuries, but then how the teams have played, and got a timeout. Okay, here's our best. We're going to go up against your best and hope to beat you, basically. So, once again, we'll see what it gives, but... But run game, yeah. Turnovers, special teams. Your 3 big things tonight. Buffalo's got a what? First and 10. First and goal? No, first and 10 at the 17-yard line after the timeout. So alert. They'll hand off. Singletary again spins and gets a couple. I mean, Buffalo, Josh Allen has his pick. Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. I mean, Dawson Knox at tight end. You can dump it off to Singletary. They have... Green Bay just got hit by the injury bug, just banged up. Even when, they were healthy, at times they were playing okay. Not anything spectacular by any means, but also just a lot of close games. And, okay, that's a loss. They handed off to Isaiah McKenzie. It looked like Dawson Knox was waiting for the shuffle on the RPO if Allen was going to fake the give and give it to him. But then he just started running around and nowhere to go, and then tried to reverse field and still nowhere to go, and just trying to make a play out of it, which I get, but then he ends up losing about 4 or 5 yards back to the 21-yard line. So now I got a 3rd and 14 for Buffalo. Allen gonna tuck it and run. Says, hey, block this man. He gets a first down and almost gets in the end zone down to the 1-yard line. What a play by Josh Allen. Jesus Christ. Still carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, but under 5 to play in the opening quarter. We're tied at 0 here. Yeah, hey, I'm running. You block this guy, you block that guy. Maybe a hold. But then he, breaks his tackle and then ends up, being brought down. And Buffalo now 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Watch them throw a fucking fade. You got to hand off to Devin Singletary there right now. And they do. Okay. And does he push his way into the end zone? It doesn't look like it. It'll be about a half yard short. 2nd goal. So Buffalo have to play like that on 3rd and 14 of all downs and distance. You got to score now. You got a goal to go, 2nd goal at the half-yard line. Like, you can't be settling for 3 with your fisherman at kicker. But Buffalo trying to capitalize off of Green Bay going for it on 4th down and not converting. So, timeout maybe Green Bay. I don't think Buffalo was set. Pump fake as Allen rolls out and then finds Dawson Knox in the back of the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Buffalo. Didn't look like Diggs was set as they got the snap off, but they let it slide. I mean, that's an illegal formation, illegal shift. We've seen a lot of those called recently, but yeah, they take advantage of the good field position after Green Bay going for it, not getting it. And yeah, fake the give, roll out. It looked like he was going to run, and then he pump faked, and then did run a little bit, but not, half-yard line, past the line of scrimmage, like he's in the end zone, basically. But still had time to throw, and Knox gets open, and the kick's up now, and good by Tyler Bass, and Josh Allen with a 1-yard passing touchdown to Dawson Knox, and the Bills lead the Packers 7-0 here early on Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, 4-5, 31 yards, sacked once. They're trying to establish a running game. 8 yards and 2 yards for Jones and Dillon, respectively, on 3 total carries. Watson has 12-yard receiving, but as he got injured and then walked off, he did just walk into the locker room now. The Bills, I might add, is just like the Big House for Michigan. They share one tunnel. We had a fight last night after the game. We'll see if hell, it was already getting chippy pregame with these two. Crossover game that I predicted at the beginning of the season to be our Super Bowl matchup come February. So this, no doubt about it, could be a Super Bowl preview. Still, even with how things have gone. I mean, hell, we still have another 2 full months of football to be played, and then 2 weeks into January before the playoffs begin. So, like I said earlier, yeah, that's a full 10 weeks. With teams, of course, getting 1 bye week. Whether they've had it already or that's still to come. It's an 18-week, 17 regular season game, but. Yeah, it was getting chippy there, and it wasn't, come out on the field yet. But, I mean, if this game's close late and there's a big play that doesn't go somebody's way, like, watch out. But, Josh Allen looked not necessarily, unstoppable on that drive. He only finished 1 of 3 for a yard. and a touchdown to Dawson Knox. It was a catch for a yard and a touchdown. It just seems like he did, so much more than he did. He did have a carry for 20 yards on 3rd and 14 to keep the drive alive and goal to go from the yard line then. But it was Devin Singletary who was toting the football. 6 carries, 51 yards rushing. And, they didn't have to go far. I mean, they had to go about 55, 60, but, it's all because Green Bay went for it on 4th down. And, we'll see if, like I said then, say it again now, if it comes back to bite them in the ass. As Bills Mafia tailgating. Oh, that'd be a good one. Rather than, drinking out of a can, let alone a bottle or a cup, or, shotgunning it, or shoey. Drinking out of bowling balls, pretty impressive. And I am the table. Yeah, I thought so. He wasn't set, and they let it slide, and it should have been a penalty. Yeah, and then he throws the touchdown, so... I mean, it's what it is. But what can he do? So, 1st and 10, Green Bay now from the 25-yard line. From the 20, Rodgers going to start out under center. And they'll run a flea flicker. He's going deep. Deep down the middle. Jesus Christ, to the fucking 20-yard line, intended for Dobbs. Incomplete. Yeah. From 20 to 20. Did have Pete Morrison from Dateline do the pregame. But, I mean, they're trying to get a spark. I mean, in the double coverage on a flea flicker, hit him right in the fucking hands. Good coverage, but hit him right in the hands. You got to catch that, man. And so now 2nd and 10 at the 20. Yeah, he threw that, 60, 65, 70 yards on a fucking rope. And then 3 yards to Robert Tonyan. Oh, yeah, head injury for Watson. So Watson's out for the rest of the game now with a concussion. That's going to happen. Yeah, Bob and the Lizard out. They're technically down 3 receivers and Watkins and Dobbs, like I said, at receiver and Tonyan at tight end. And then they have 2 backs with Jones and Dillon. Like, somebody's got to make a play. 3rd and 7, dump off on the screen. Jones, a couple yards, but big hit, and then be 4th down in about 5. And they'll definitely punt now. So, he can't be happy. And rightfully so, I mean, but once again, injury bug. What can you do? They just haven't been able to stay healthy. Oh, shit, they almost blocked that punt, too. Those special teams almost had 2 blocked punts already. Buffalo on the punt return out to around midfield. They wanted a horse collar, and they ain't getting it. 1st and 10. So, minute 41 to play in the first. It's 7-0 Bills. And, all Green Bay can really do is... Well, I don't know, because there's not really much they can do. Just, go out and continue to play their game. Try to move the football. I mean, they got 5 yards on that drive, but They had, good opening drive there after Buffalo punted, but then, they go for it and don't get it, and then Buffalo capitalizes with a touchdown. So you go another quick 3 and out and give them the ball back. You're already down 7, and down players you are entering tonight, and with how the game has shaken out thus far this evening. Trying to run the ball, but you really can't, It just seems like this game's going to get away from them. But like I said at the start, too, I'm not going to be shocked if, they do, in fact, end up winning this game. They're going to have somebody put, team on their back and make plays. Somebody's got to step up. And for them, it doesn't really matter who it is. I'm sure they don't care. Just make plays. But Jones and Dillon at running back, I mean, if they can run both of them, okay. But if one's doing good and then he needs a break because he's, banged up or whatnot, or just needs a breather, and the other can't do anything, well, then you're losing your momentum then. But then as long as you can, continue to get the ball out to, whoever, I mean, really it's only 3 other guys. It's Sammy Watkins, Dobbs, and Tunyon. But, I think that's why they were in that flea flicker. They wanted a spark. They wanted to try to order as quick as possible. But I think the way, the first quarter is shaken out for them thus far, as there's Niagara Falls, Green Bay is going to have to win this game on defense or on special teams. And like I said, we've almost seen 2 blocked punts now. That close, believe me. Along with, as Diggs is in motion, Tirico and Collinsworth having a ball booth, but from the 49, 1st and 10, Josh Allen, he's going to step up, roll out, pump fake, and then he does run, but he's going to be brought down. So, on the play. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's a 6-minute game. You could be playing like shit the first 45 minutes, and then magically, you get a few stops and capitalize off of it. Just for Green Bay, the way everything is, just keep yourself in it. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, there's a 50-50 chance. But Bills, in the meantime, get a first down. And they'll get one final playoff here before the end of the quarter, it looks like. About a second differential between the game clock and play clock. They do have to snap it, though. Josh Allen pass complete. Stephon Diggs, fumble. Yep, that's a fumble. He wasn't down. That ball's coming out. It looks like Green Bay has it. 11 seconds. Clock's still fucking rolling for whatever reason. They're going to have to reset this clock to about 18 seconds or so. Now they blow it dead. 5 seconds. Stephon Diggs saying he has it, but yeah, he just sort of like fell down. And now some pushing and shoving as the refs try, get under control, and it's Bills football. So they wind the clock, 3, 2, 1. In the meantime, that'll do it for the opening quarter. We might have a fight on Sunday Night Football. We might go WWE Raw or SmackDown on your ass. And his knee's down, and then it got popped out anyway, and the Bills recovered. So it's going to be Bill football anyway, 1st and 10. If there's a fight, maybe we go all in with AEW as well. Boxing's making a comeback, even though they've, been here for years. Get into the octagon. I don't know. Just seems like everything's right now going Buffalo's way. They catch a break, though. They almost turned it over. Beat Bill Ball still 1st and 10. They luck out. Green Bay almost had it. That could have been their spark, but well, in the meantime, we hit the end of the first quarter. They still, for all we know, could be looking at it via a challenge. They have to find indisputable evidence to return it. So, it doesn't seem like they'll have it. It did look like his knee was down. Then the ball got popped out, and then he still recovered it anyway. So, it'd be a stupid ass challenge, because you're going to lose it, and then, lose the timeout. But you need the official from the viral video the other day that literally had the chain gang come out as the ball was spotted, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you do, you're laughing along with me, go look it up. He literally, as the chains got out, moved the ball up like the nose of a football and signaled for the runner short, and looked like John Hamm playing Santa Claus, but surprisingly, we didn't have a penalty in that first quarter. Refs need to get this game under control, though. They're letting them play, so, which is good, but like I said, we might have a fight tonight if this keeps up. So, got Sean McDermott with a end of one interview. And just making plays. Both these teams are good, Like I said, they're more similar than they are different. So, Buffalo ball officially 2nd and 1. They mark them short after the fumble recovery. But, they're in field goal range, 20-line, fake the give. Allen in the end zone, caught, touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, and then a little bit of a late tackle, and then Diggs wanting to fight back, and Buffalo now up 13. 13 zip with 14:53 to play in the half. So, Green Bay wanted to, score quick. They went deep on the flea flicker, couldn't convert, 3 and out. Buffalo answers with a touchdown of their own. Yeah, you just got burnt. And then Diggs makes a play, catches it in the end zone, and touchdown, and then a little bit of a late tackle afterwards. So that's a touchdown, and then, some more pushing and shoving, but here comes the extra point. And this all goes back to, as Buffalo went 3 and out to begin the game. Green Bay's opening drive was going, until they had to punt, but they decided not to punt. Decided to go for it, and then Buffalo responded with a touchdown. Green Bay got the ball back, quick 3 and out. Bills get the ball back again, drive and score once again, so 14-0 Bills. So, split screen commercial. Yeah, this game honestly could get out of hand. Green Bay is just... Talk about Brady and the Bucks being broken. I think Green Bay might fit into that category. Even with what I've already said about them tonight, because there still is a chance that, they can, with it being still early as it is, come back and make this game interesting. Winning, it's another thing, but it's only 14-0. It's not 50-0. But at the same point in time, man, you get down early at Buffalo. Just ask the Titans and the Steelers what happened. They both got fucking blown out, okay? Talk about, dominant and unstoppable teams at times. Stinky cheese. Oh, God. With, of course, some Skinnerd blaring in the background with, ooh, that smell. But, God, NBC. I wonder who the hell comes up with these graphics and whatnot. But, yeah, the Cheeseheads, Packer Nation, Green Bay always travels well regardless of where they're playing. Bills Mafia on their feet, though. 14-0 Buffalo, 1st and 10 Green Bay, and they'll toss near side Jones. They gotta, do something here. They gotta get on the board with some field goal or touchdown. Just, some signs of life. Well, I don't necessarily know about that, Collinsworth. The Bills are, but then how banged up and not necessarily bad the Packers are, but just how they've been playing. Yeah, I can get that. I can understand that, but see, the thing is, I don't think Green Bay is going to get blown out tonight, but that's what it's looking like, with how this game started. Just with what I just said too, Buffalo at 5-1, coming off a bye. They beat Kansas City on the road 2 weeks ago. Their lone loss was in the heat in South Beach against the Dolphins, who will return the favor, and they'll fake an end around on a reverse. Jones will get about 5, maybe 6 yards, as he got the give and then faked the reverse. He kept it for himself and got that yard, 2nd down and medium. But, yeah, of course, everybody's still going to have to play each other divisionally, and they'll take each other out about it. But, yeah, when Buffalo gets out an early lead at home, watch out. Because just ask Tennessee and Pittsburgh, because, it turns into a blowout. From the 39, 2nd and 5. Hand off and make it 3rd and about a yard. Yep, 3rd and 1. Just get the first down. I mean, I wouldn't mind a deep shot, but just get the first down, man. Hand off, and they will get the first down. Jones on the give for 3. Okay. Now you got to take a shot. Thing is, though, too, they've already tried to take their shots and they haven't executed. So, you do want to give it some time in between. Trying to beat a dead horse with it and just, keep going at it until it hits. Okay, but, that could be a while. When you can run the ball and check it down and then, beat them. Quick bubble screen. Dobbs, who seemingly once again has come out of nowhere this year, from Nevada, former member of the Wolfpack. Too sweet. When they went to Tampa, it's like, who the hell's this guy? And then since then, it's been, well, as they show off the stats, yeah, he's, of course, wearing the Jordy Nelson 87, but I guess, of course, that makes Aaron Rodgers Juliet, but they just got to find some rhythm. Because, once again, you never want to count out Aaron Rodgers. Last week at Washington, I mean, by God, they were down a good 2 scores late in the game and came back and made it close. And then on the final play, hook and ladder, almost had it. Handoff on 3rd and 1 again. And I don't know. It looks like they'll give it to him. That's a first down. Yep, that's a first down. So no doubt about it, 4 of their losses could be a few more wins. Thing is, it's fucking week 8. It's not, week 18 and, they're out of it. Like, I just feel like, people are wanting, and we'll get a timeout. Yeah, look, winding down. They want one of those type of speeches from Rodgers. Like, hey, everything's going to be okay. Like, it's been a while since they've been in this situation, because they've been dominant the past couple of years. But the thing is, they've been here before. It's not like this first time ever. Like, everybody's been in this situation before. Everybody's been down and out, trying to fight back. But he, of course, going to have to play his best ball. But it's a team sport, though, too. Like, yeah, he's going to get credit just as much as, who he throws the ball to or hands off to. Or it's a team sport. Like, whoever's just making plays. It just seems like they want to go after him for shit he said in the past with his beliefs. But last I checked, it's a free country. You can say what the hell you want and believe whatever the hell you want. It's just because, you don't agree with it. Well, tough shit. Get over it. Move on. But, it makes a good topic of discussion. It's clickbait. Gets people talking. It's a talking piece. And it seemed like he feeds into that at times. But at the same point in time, when, he's telling you how it is, and that's because how it is 9 times out of 10, like, what can you do? What can you say? Like, that's just how it is. But, you could honestly use with what he said at the end of last week's game that, all right, like, yeah, we're down and out. Everybody's counting us out. Let's go out and prove them wrong, basically. So, yeah, it's something that right now is getting, I think, a little bit blown out of proportion. I mean, you don't win, though. That's the thing. Like, there's always something to talk about, though. I mean, there's always something to talk about to begin with. But when you lose, there's more to talk about than when you win. Because everybody's going to try to, put you down and all that. But, just, if they win a few games, everybody's going to shut up. And then, they'll get the last laugh. Like, I thought the same thing, though, too, as Rodgers gets sacked. He's 2nd and long. Of course, this is back from the Green Bay timeout, down 14, under 10 to play in this first half. Flag on the play, and probably unsportsmanlike conduct with the celebration. Taunting, essentially. Here's the Whitecapper and Ron Torbert. Little use of hands to the face. Build defense so sacks can come off the board. But, no, I said, thought the same thing, getting blown out of proportion with, Brady and the Bucs and a few other teams. And, now here we are basically at midway point of the year. on Tuesday, and nothing's really changed. Like, I'm still playing not that great. You're losing rather than winning, and I mean, for the time being, it is what it is. But at the same point in time, something still has to change. So just long term overall, we'll see what happens. But 1st and 10, toss to Jones. Jones gets 9, maybe 10. Going to be short, 2nd and 1. So they're going to try to cut this lead before halftime. And then I might add the Packers, who kicked off to begin the game, will also get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. So they could do something here, make it interesting. They could, the field goal, make it, 2-score game, but they're going to want a touchdown. Just, this thing, keep yourself in it. So from the 30, 2nd and 1. And another give. And Jones to the 20, down to the 17. So now they're running the ball a little bit better than what they were. Singletary had a big drive there for the Bills, as did Josh Allen, and then, Allen with 2 passing touchdowns. But, the game still is pretty balanced. Still pretty even down the middle, even though Buffalo scored twice. They're not 14. Allen just made a big play or two, and Green Bay's now having to fight back. But, of anybody coming back, a late whistle, flag on the play. False start, 5 yards, replay down, 1st and 15. On Amari Rodgers, I'd be wanting, Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks to bring it back from being down as much as they are right now, among the others. Whether, they just retired or still active playing or, been retired and in the Hall of Fame. So I said, you can't count him out. You cannot count him out. From the 22, 1st 15. Another give to Aaron Jones for 3, so trying to make up the penalty yardage now, but got a 2nd and 12, 6:52 to play in the half. 2 timeouts, 2-minute warning. I mean, try to get some points here. And it seems like it all swung, even though, opening drive for Buffalo, 3 and out. Opening drive for Green Bay. That's when it, switched. Even though it's tied at 0, go for it on 4th down, Buffalo's taking control, and to this point, really haven't looked back. Where Green Bay is still trying to find some momentum and rhythm. They're trying to sink. Rodgers going deep in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Romeo Doubs. What a catch is right. Shit. See a replay of that. Just a simple go route. They're celebrating. Rightfully so. 8.5-minute drive, the whole 2nd quarter. Shit. That's a catch. Left foot in, left elbow down. Control possession. That's a touchdown. Wow. Yeah. Crosby on for the extra point, and, just like that, Green Bay's right back in it. Kick up and good, 14-7. But defensively now, they got to get a stop or two. They just can't allow, Buffalo to continue to score on them, because then they'll just be playing from behind all day. So, (14-7), 6:15.5. We got Josh Allen, 652 yards and 2 touchdowns. Singletary, 51 yards rushing. 1 touchdown to Dawson Knox, the other 2 Diggs. And then Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers at 8 of 10, 62 yards, and that touchdown to Doubs from officially 19 yards out. He has 2 catches, 26 yards and score. But, Aaron Jones, 9 carries, 52 yards. And A.J. Dillon, 4. So, still pretty split. I mean, the turnover on downs. on Green Bay's opening drive, I think. Well, no doubt about it. It's the difference in the game right now. But depending on how the game shakes out, I still think that might be the difference. Green Bay's owned the clock double what Buffalo has, but they just did, in fact, go on an 8-minute drive, and of course that's, I think, why. Yeah, that is why that's doubled now. But the rest let them play. I mean, 2 total penalties. Both teams made scoring. Both quarterbacks showing out. Both have plus yards rushing by running back apiece. So we're just going to sit back and relax now and watch this game, see how it unfolds, because it's still going to be a damn good game down there, it seems like. Even with a slow start, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, yeah. There's that, but as always, as we near halftime, coming to halftime, we'll first have stats and scores. We'll recap college football from yesterday and this past week, and preview next week as well, along with see what happened in the NFL this week, and also preview week 9 that will begin on Thursday night. As always, thank you for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below, the thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Packers, hashtag Bills, hashtag GB for Green Bay versus Buff for Buffalo, BUF. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. And here we go. Green Bay on the kickoff. Buffalo getting the ball back up 7-14-7. No touchback. Here's a return. Gus 10, 15, 20. Goes McKenzie. And it'll be 1st and 10 Buffalo from there. Worthy of Shakespeare from Aaron Rodgers, who is, Juliet in the situation, to his receiver number 87, Romeo Dobbs. Just, yeah, what a play. What a catch. From the 20. Josh Allen pass complete. Dawson Knox. And another Buffalo Bill first down. Second and inches, technically. No first down. Handoff. And Dalvin's little brother, James Cook, gets a Bill first down. Only needed an inch. Got about officially from the 30-yard line. About a 15, 18-yard run, it looks like. First and 10, Buffalo at the 46. Another handoff to Cook to midfield, second down. Another give to Cook, and he gets a Bill first down once again. Now pushing and shoving. There's a flag. That's 15 yards, automatic first down. I think he just shoved the coach, which you can't do. see a replay. Yep. That's the penalty. Yeah, he shoved the coach. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 15 yards, automatic first down. Surprisingly, they didn't throw him out. He's going to get fined by the league, though, for sure. Because you can't do that. And Sean McDermott was standing right there, so. I mean, I might add, the last time the Bills were at home, they were getting chippy with the Steelers. So I don't know if just they got that attitude, hey, like, our shit don't stink, like, we're that good, like, try to come in and beat us, but you can't. And then it just, you know, man. All right, what do we got? Got an announcement from the ref. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 7's been ejected. He's been DQ'd. So, yeah, I mean, well, you can't do that. Yeah, he shoved an assistant coach. Or at least a fucking ball boy or whatever the hell it is. So, they throw him out. He will hit the showers early on number 7, Quay Walker. But first and 10, Buffalo. They'll probably throw a dildo or two at him now as he walks off because it's Buffalo. But, yeah. Bubble screen, Diggs, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. I've seen another replay of it for the hell of it. He made the tackle on Cook, and then they got up, and then the assistant coach that he shoved tried to help him up. He just wasn't having any of it, and then he, you know, got a hold of Sean McDermott, too, and sort of shoved him. And then Michael LaFleur having the combo with him, like, man, you can't do that. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? So, you know, emotions getting the better of some players tonight, and, yeah, it's getting chippy. 2nd and 2, but I think that's been known since the start of this game with, you know, how things have gone. McKenzie on the catch and run to the 12. So, yeah, he goes into the visiting locker room. Buffalo, 2 timeouts and 2-minute warning coming up here. 2:42 and counting to play. To try to score here again before halftime. Put the pressure on Green Bay, even though the Packers will get the ball in the second half. Quarterback keeper Josh Allen going to slide to the 7. 2nd down. And 2-minute warning. Buffalo the 2nd and 4. Still have 2 timeouts, as Green Bay does too, 14-7. But from the 7-yard line, 2nd and 4, you know, they got a good 7 shots to punch it in right now. And they could work some clock in doing just so. And then say you go up 14 at halftime, you know, they probably will, or at least 10 that settle for 3. You know, because Green Bay might do something before halftime, they might not. Who knows? But then, you know, we'll see what Green Bay does early third quarter. But, you know, at that point in time, like, could be a whole new ball game. Could be just say out of reach, but just more pressure on the Packers to do something. Depending on what happens here and then, over the next couple minutes. But, if I'm Green Bay defensively, you gotta get a stop. There's not really much else to be said. So until they can stop them, which they really haven't been able to, I guess it's just, of course, going to be the way it is, for that matter. So I'll leave it at that. 2 minutes to play, and Buffalo 2nd down and 4 from the 7, up 7, 14-7. Here's near halftime. Isaiah McKenzie into the end zone, touchdown Bills. Wasting no time coming out of the 2-minute warning, and they celebrate. And back up 14, back up 2 scores. Buffalo goes on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Buffalo's this good, yes. But I don't think, Green Bay is necessarily still that bad. They just they're just not playing that good. Of course, shooting themselves in the foot, but they're banged up. There's not really much else to be said. At least with 2 timeouts and $1.54 to play in the half, and then the sidelines. That's an eternity for Aaron Rodgers. Okay, they could do something here before halftime, and then still do something early 3rd quarter, and then we got a whole new ball game on our hands. But that was a big play. That was a big touchdown. So we'll see here. But if they don't do anything though here before half, let alone early 3rd quarter, game might be over before too long. But if they don't do something now or early 3rd quarter or vice versa, and they keep within reach, we'll go deep into the 4th quarter then, it seems like, at that point. And then, of course, go from there. But if I'm Green Bay, I'm frustrated, no doubt about it. But just, got to make plays, got to score. You can't allow, the opposing team to, score more points than you. You still want to go out and win. It's not golf. So. Minute 54 and 2 timeouts, down 14 again. Don't be surprised that they at least get a field goal. If they can, even score a touchdown, that'd be even better. But all right, we got some chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night, even though it's Sunday Night Football, and of course, a pair of jeans will fit just right. But Tonka, Buffalo up 21-7. Return from the goal line. And, okay, 28-yard line, looks like 1st and 10, Green Bay. Yeah. So 1st and 10 from the 21. And Rodgers going to pitch it. Aaron Jones will get a first down to the 32, 33. They're going to go hurry up. They still got 2 timeouts here, but they got a bunch of time, even with the clock ticking. Empty set. Rodgers down the middle. Tunyon intercepted. Off a deflection. It's picked off. And they say catch. It's picked off on an incomplete pass. And now it's incomplete. Gonna see a replay on that. I think that's a pick. Yeah, you do have the pellets bounce up on the red. Yeah, that's incomplete. Under 2, I mean, no challenges. All replays coming from up above. 1:13, they had 5 seconds. I was going to say, if so, the Buffalo getting the ball back already at 14, 2 timeouts, and, that time as well. To do something once again before halftime, like, game not necessarily over, but, just going to be very hard for Green Bay then to come back. But, they say incomplete. Does look to be the case, rather than incomplete on the field and potential interception, but it's incomplete. So from the 32, 2nd and 10, buck 13 and 2 timeouts for the Packers. And Rodgers going to get sacked. Yep. Back with the 26. Maybe call one of those timeouts. Same point in time, Buffalo might be calling a timeout. Because if I'm Green Bay, 3rd and long, you're probably going to want the clock run. Minute 4 to play. Timeout by somebody. Don't know who. But it'll be 3rd and a mile for the Packers as they fade to black and go to commercial break. And okay.
I'm telling you, last night. Are you sure about? I closed it.
But yeah, we'll see what happens here. What really happened? Replay, throwing challenge flags in fucking real life. But I just found out too, by the way, that the NFL next Sunday will be showing a free trial. The NFL next Sunday, November the 6th, week 9, of NFL Red Zone on NFL Network. And with that being said, I guess it seems like, with NFL Red Zone, you'll be able to watch every game then on NFL Network rather than just highlights. Plan is next Sunday to do live watch-along reactions of Rams-Bucks at 4 o'clock, and then Titans-Chiefs on Sunday Football. We'll have to see what the 1 o'clock window shows, but might get a stream and then a triple header all day as we did recently. I was planning on doing a triple header today as well for the London game this morning, the third and final London game. But I've done a London game in the past. The NFL's going to Germany for the first time in a couple weeks. Plan on doing that, of course, back down to Mexico City on Monday night, potentially doing that. Could do one a year. I thought London last year, Germany this year, and then Mexico City next year, even though I've done the London and Mexico games in the past. And all 3 London games, this year were once again down the wire and one-score games. They never fails. So, I did get up and watch it, but I didn't stream it. I streamed at 1 o'clock the Steelers and Eagles game, and then nothing streamed at 4 o'clock with the Fox game, and then here we are Sunday Football, 3rd and 16. They'll run a draw. And Buffalo was the one that called the timeout, so they'll call the 3rd and final now and get the ball back with about a minute to play. No timeouts, up 14, still going to try to score before halftime because Green Bay will get the ball to begin the third quarter. So, looking ahead, from what I, noticed earlier, looked it up to be sure, make certain. It says for NFL Network next Sunday, week 9, November the 6th. They'll have NFL Red Zone on NFL Network all day. I might have to add in a stream for that next Sunday and watch all the games at once. I mean, normally, I'm watching 1, maybe 2 games in the NFL. College football, I can watch 4 at once. Of course, there's always more games on with that schedule, but meantime, Green Bay punts at Buffalo from the 20 on the return, actually signal for a fair catch, so 80 yards, 3 seconds, no timeouts. They promote the NASCAR Championship next Sunday, I might add as well. The championship for Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain advances after doing what he did earlier, which was absolutely absurd, eliminating Denny Hamlin and 3 others from the round of 8, the championship 4, and then Christopher Bell, who won day in the championship as well. So one of those 4 will win the title next week. Chase and Joey, of course, won before. Ross has had a hell of a year in the 1. But, he purposely, as Josh Allen goes deep, intended for Diggs, the 25-yard line, gonna have to spike it. 1st and 10, Buffalo, go 30, 55, 60 yards in one play, and 1st and 10, 30 seconds and running. Jesus Christ. Hurry up. Rolls out. And then he'll run out of bounds. They go to the hole and get it. But, from what I've seen, I plan on making a video at some point in time still, talking about football along with pro wrestling as I've been, wanting to recently. Just haven't got around to it. And if you know, I've talked about it before. That's all I'll say about it tonight. But I think no doubt about it right now, Buffalo's the best team in the league. I do. And you look around the AFC East, like Miami's right behind them, who they lost to. Got a flag on the play, 2nd and 12. Allen avoids a sack, just decides to air it in the end zone. It's still caught, but Gabe Davis out. Incomplete. 10 seconds. Got a flag on the play. Was Green Bay offsides and he got a free play? Or was that on Buffalo and then it's a 10-second runoff with 10 seconds and the time's going to expire because they don't have any timeouts under 2 minutes? Offside on Green Bay, so they luck out. It still almost was a touchdown anyway. Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous. Yeah. That close. You should just be going out and putting them away. Yeah. Got a late whistle and a timeout in Green Bay, it looks like. But medical timeout for an injury. All right. Got an update. But no, Buffalo in the East. Miami's right behind them. New England beat New York earlier. I mean, I still think the North is wide open, even though both Baltimore and Cincinnati have a, pretty decent lead at this point. The South looks like it's going to be Tennessee's. And then out west, you still got the Chiefs, Chargers potentially. Denver's gonna, come on strong now. It feels like going into bye week with a big win today. Got a timeout, Green Bay, 10 seconds. Buffalo 2nd and 7. I mean, do you kick it now or do you try to get another playoff? You just don't want to get tackled in bounds because the clock's going to run out on you because they don't have any timeouts. So you got to get out of bounds. But that's the AFC. Because it does feel like even halfway through, there's still a chance for a few teams, but, and this is overall AFC and NFC, there's some teams, their season's over with now. They're done for. I'm not going to name that right now, but see what Buffalo does here. 10 seconds, 2nd and 7. Got to get out of bounds. Empty set. I try to draw my sides. Omaha, he ain't running it though. He's going to throw and back of the end zone. Incomplete. All right. Khalil Shakir, the intended target, right through his hands. Hey, they took shots. Josh Allen might have been a Halloween idea around that porn stash. And here comes Bass for a field goal. So they're going to kick it and go up 17 here at halftime, and then Green Bay will get the ball to begin the third quarter. 42-yard field goal. 3 seconds. Green Bay has a timeout. They'll probably ice them. Yep, there's the whistle. So they won't even snap it. But Buffalo just looking unstoppable. Yep. It's like, does Green Bay even come out in the second half? Yeah, they will. They have to. But if Buffalo keeps it up, it doesn't look like it's going to get any prettier for Green Bay. It's just going to get uglier. It'll get prettier for Buffalo, but not for the Packers. So 42-yard field goal here by Tyler Bass. Snap, hold, kick, all up and good at halftime tonight on Sunday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills lead the Green Bay Packers by a score of 24-7. Aaron Rodgers, 8 of 11, 62 yards, and a touchdown. That touchdown to Romeo Doubs. Aaron Jones has 11 carries, 71 yards rushing. A.J. Dillon, 4-12 still. Doubs, those 2 catches, 26 yards on the score. Watson, 12 yards, but out with a concussion. Will not return. And then everybody else, Jones and Dillon, 9 yards receiving apiece. Sammy Watkins and Tunyon have 3 yards receiving apiece. So, Rodgers needs some help in more than one way here tonight. Josh Allen, speaking of Rodgers, 8 of 11. He's also 8 of 11, but has 129 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. 1 to Dawson Knox, and the other 2 Stephon Diggs. Devin Singletary has 6 carries, 51 yards on the ground. Cook, 3 of 28. Josh Allen has a couple carries, 26 yards as well. And then Isaiah McKenzie with a carry for a touchdown. So, 3 touchdowns and a field goal for Buffalo, 2 passing, 1 rushing, and then 1 passing touchdown from Green Bay. 24-7 we sit at halftime. Diggs, 4 catches, 95 yards and a score. Singletary catch for 16 yards. And then Dawson Knox, 2 for 10. Green Bay, they have controlled the clock by a few minutes. Have a few more penalties called against them now. They're over 1 on 4th down. I think that's when it, sort of flipped, even though it's still early. Tied at 0. Buffalo 3 and out to begin the game. Green Bay's opening drive, they go for it on 4th down and short. 4th and 3, I believe it was. And then they don't get it, and the Bills capitalize and score. They score again. Green Bay finally scores, but then the Packers score, the Bills then score 10 more unanswered on Green Bay on the Packers, and, here we sit at 24-7. So, they're getting there, but, Buffalo's just continuing to pull away. Like, it seems like they're just playing a joke on them. They're just having to play catch-up, playing from behind. I'm not saying, Green Bay's a joke by any means. They're just down and out. They don't really have anybody to make any plays, but they still need to have somebody step up to make a play or two. Because they're still in this game, but the thing is, it's going to get out of hand here before too long if this keeps up. And it might be a early night, but 24-7 is where we sit. At halftime, the Bills up on Green Bay. I was talking about NFL Red Zone there a second ago. The 1 o'clock games for next week, week 9. As I plan on streaming the Rams-Bucks game at 4 and Sunday Night Football as well, Titans and Chiefs. Week 9 begins on Thursday night. We'll have the Eagles and Texans, not the Phillies and Astros in baseball for the World Series. But then next Sunday with Monday Night Football as well. I doubt I'll do Monday Night Football live watch on reactions tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. Just have to tune in tomorrow night to see. It is the go home for WWE Crown Jewel as well, Monday Night Raw. I'll have WWE Crown Jewel live watch on reaction at some point in time next weekend as well, as that's on Saturday. Penn State plays at Indiana at 3:30 on Saturday. I'll have live watch on reaction to that as well. You should tune in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Red subscribe button, notification bell next to stay up to date. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Halftime Sunday Football, 24-7 Bills on top of the Packers. But, next week, week 9 in the NFL. Get this out of the way real quick. We've got Eagles, Texans on Thursday Night Football. Philly should get 8-0, I would have to think. Next Sunday at 1, Chargers, Falcons, Dolphins, Bears, Panthers, Bengals, Packers go to Detroit. Colts, Patriots, Buffalo will be at New York. That's your game. See, that's the thing. I'll have, the CBS and Fox game, but then Red Zone will give me basically, yeah, Chargers, Falcons, Dolphins, Bears. I'm trying to think of the Fox game I'd get. Probably Vikings, Skins, which that should be a good game. That's at 1 o'clock on Fox. CBS is going to be Bills, Jets. So yeah, that'll give me, then Colts, Patriots, Packers, Lions, Panthers, Bengals, Dolphins, Bears, Chargers, Falcons in that regard for Red Zone. That's for next week. And then still be able to watch on CBS and Fox those two games. And then next Sunday at 4, got Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Buccaneers. So only 2 games at 4 next Sunday. And then Sunday football is Titans, Chiefs, which should be a damn good game from Arrowhead. And then you have the Ravens and Saints next Monday night. And then 6 teams on byes next week with Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, the New York Football Giants, the 49ers, and the black and gold Pittsburgh Steelers, who fell to 2-6 earlier after losing at Philadelphia. Okay, that's week 9. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. It, says it's going to be free and it won't be just the highlights they show for, their game day coverage before game day final. Shows off highlights for their NFL primetime, basically. But yeah, it could have an NFL triple header next Sunday once again. And then the week after, seems to be the case, is 13th, when we'll join the Duttons, because the NFL goes to Germany, the Steelers come off of bye hosting the Saints, and then Dallas is going to be at Green Bay. So I guess probably a good idea that I didn't do a triple header today with a triple header next week and then the week after. I normally do at least one. I try to get 2 sometimes, do a double header for the NFL on Sunday. I mean, of course, do 1 college game a week for Penn State football. But I just did an NFL triple header. When was that? Not last week, but the week prior. Yeah, Bucs, Steelers, had Buffalo and Kansas City, and then Sunday night. So that would be, 1, 2, and 3 weeks if I would have done it today. Did that 2 weeks ago, did 1 last week. So 1 in 3 weeks, but then 1 in 4, and then 2 and 5, 3 and 5, whatever it come out to be in a couple weeks from now. As, of course, the holidays are coming up. Take a look at that schedule. Thanksgiving, Bills will be in Detroit. I'll probably do the Giants-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, and then Christmas night, we've got the Patriots and Vikings, which should be a damn good game as well. Christmas night is the game I'll probably do with Bucs and Cardinals, because, Green Bay at Miami is early, and then Denver at LA is mid-afternoon. Like, all 3 games on both Thanksgiving and Christmas are going to be good, it seems like, but, schedule-wise for myself, just, mid-afternoon kick on Thanksgiving and then Christmas night, and Christmas is Christmas. So, even getting that for that matter. Of course, more pro wrestling live streams as well. College football, the NFL on top of that with Penn State and Pittsburgh Steelers, and then, more NFL action. So, this is always, thanks for tuning in and listening. I'm just looking ahead to my schedule. Like I said, you might see me tomorrow night on Halloween. For Monday Night Football, Bengals, Browns, you might not, though. We'll see. But then if not, it'll be next weekend for college football, the NFL, and then a wrestling pay-per-view. Same thing. Well, technically not the next weekend. Well, it would be college football, the NFL, just no pro wrestling. But there are 3 Saturdays in November with wrestling pay-per-views, so it would be the Saturday before and after Thanksgiving, I might add. Yeah, Sunday football here. First Sunday game we've done since last week. The Steelers, Dolphins. And then sort of held off on Thursday night recently with how the schedule's been. But Sunday night next week, it seems like. I mean, I try to fill it out. I try to balance it as best I can. Do this, do that, so on and so forth. Just as always, thanks for tuning in and listening. I'll leave it at that. Just rambling on. Buying time here at halftime. 24/7 Buffalo, I might add. But earlier today in the NFL, and this, of course, is after the Ravens defeated the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football 27-22 with the Chiefs and Chargers on byes this week. We had the Broncos beat the Jaguars across the pond in London earlier. 21-17, your final score. The Panthers came back. That was bonus coverage on Fox as we were signing off on CBS. Following Steelers-Eagles. As we watched Steelers-Eagles and then Bears-Cowboys. CBS had bonus coverage of Patriots-Jets. And then Fox had bonus coverage of Panthers-Falcons. With Carolina-Atlanta, the winner of this game was going to be in first place in the South. And now they technically are. With even New Orleans shutting out the Raiders 24-0, excuse me. Carolina came back and tied it up on a Hail Mary. But then a stupid penalty for taking his helmet off made the extra point longer. They missed it rather than making it, winning the game then. 35-34. Tied at 34, we go to overtime. Then we had kicking issues by both teams. But then the Falcons late kicked the game-winning field goal in overtime. And Atlanta wins it by 3, 37-34 in OT. Had the Dolphins defeat the Lions in a come-from-behind win, 31-27. Minnesota 34-26 win at home over the Arizona Cardinals. As mentioned, the Saints shut out the Raiders 24-0. New England 22-17 win at the Jets. Belichick with 325. Titans with Malik Willis starting at quarterback for the first time ever, winning at Houston 17-10. Derrick Henry had over 200 yards rushing in the win. The Washington Redskins football team Commanders win at Indy by a point, 17-16 on a game-winning touchdown by backup quarterback Taylor Heineke, as he got the start for injured Carson Wentz in the return to the Heartland. 49ers beat the Rams for the 8th consecutive time in the regular season. So that's basically 4 years, but the Rams did, in fact, win when it mattered in the playoffs last year and then won the Super Bowl. But Christian McCaffrey, the former Panther, who was traded to San Fran a week and a half ago and now playing in the second 49er game, today had a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and yes, a passing touchdown. First NFL player since LT to do it since 2005. And then the Seahawks won at home 27-13 over the Giants. As mentioned, we watched Chicago and Dallas. Cowboys won by 20, 49-29 in the highest scoring game in the NFL this year. And then Philly beat up on Pittsburgh 35-13 in a game that was a hell of a lot closer than the final score showed. And thank you to anybody who tuned in and watched that live watch on our stream then, and thanks for tuning in live right now. But I think we had a little bit of everything today, some blowouts, some close games, some in between, but a good week 8. Of course, here we are, Sunday Night Football at halftime, 24-17, with the Bills on top. Green Bay getting the football, and a return from the goal line out past the 20, 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. Out to midfield they go, and Green Bay going to start off with damn good field position to begin the second half, but there are penalty flags on the return. We'll see where they spot the ball at, but first and 10 Packers, 24-7 as mentioned. And Monday Football still to come tomorrow night. Bengals Browns. Got a hold on the return, half the distance, and first down. So where did it occur at? That's the thing. I mean, half the distance is pretty backed up. Yep. What is the answer? 0-0. Play your own game. Yep. Green Bay's never won at Buffalo in franchise history as well, which is a little hard to believe. But, shit, they start back at the 8-yard line now rather than a midfield because of the holding. It's a fucking 42-yard penalty. And then a flag. Rodgers goes down to the sack back at the 2. So they're going to see where they end up. But, I mean, there's nothing really they can do other than what he, start out like it's 0-0 and play their game. Yeah, this is just absurd. Offside on the Bills, so they luck out. No sack again on Rodgers. Yeah, probably good call. You would think he knew it was a free play, but then he goes down the sack and... First and 5 now for the Packers. So that's the NFL in Week 8. We previewed Week 9 there a little bit as well. And we'll talk about college football momentarily. Aaron Jones out to the 45. First down, Packers. So they say forget about the penalty. We're going to start back up against the end zone. Handoff on a simple draw, and he hits the hole and goes. And a couple missed tackles, and they finally bring him down. And first down and 10, Green Bay. About where, they're supposed to start this drive at because of the penalty, though. They backed up. And now they're back out there. First down 45, out of the eye handoff. And Jones, again, going to try to run the football and 11, 12 yards, another Packer first down. So, all right. Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones who are normally playing this good against their opponents, not being beat up by whoever they're playing as bad as, they're getting beat. But the thing is, it's still pretty close. Like, 24-7 is 24-7, yes, but it's if you've been watching this game, it's closer than what it is. It is. I'm just waiting, for the question of a quarterback change to pop up. That, did they make the wrong decision to re-sign him, to bring him back rather than, trade him or allow him to, go elsewhere? Because when that happens, Green Bay's in trouble. But that's just trying to stir the pot, too, and, cause a scene. And off Dillon, A.J. Dillon, first down inside the 30, 25-20, down to the 16-yard line, first and 10 Packers. The run game is helping out Green Bay. Who would have thought? Now with Rodgers, you can't turn it over. They're going to be throwing here before too long. I'd be going to Tunyon right now. They'll toss. He's got a couple blockers, but going to lose a few in the backfield. And now he's hurt. Yeah, awkward tackle. Looked like a left shoulder, looked like a left hip, looked like just the whole fucking left side of his body cave out. Left knee, left ankle. He's slow to get up, but he's going to walk off real quick since he's right there on the sideline. So we'll play on. See a replay of that. And A.J. Dillon's a big motherfucker, too. And that's well. Shit, yeah, his left leg just got wrapped up and then bent and sort of did a half a split. So, tight end screen and down to the about 10-yard line. They go. They'll sub in some players here. Sorry for the technical difficulty with the buffer disconnect and reconnect. But big 3rd and 3 for Green Bay. 10:50 to play in this third quarter. Knocking on the door. Trying to cut this lead. Like I said, I'd be going to Tonyan. They fake it. Rodgers looking to throw. And wide open in the end zone is 85, Robert Tonyan. But they're going to say he pushed off and offensive pass interference. And that's how he got that wide ass open. And Rodgers ripping the refs a new one. Like, that's not a flag. Pass interference on the Packers. I don't know about that, man. And he's pissed, and rightfully so. Let's see a replay. It looked like he was more held. And, well, he swam. He fucking... That's a bullshit call. Yeah. That's not pass interference. That's a pathetic fucking call. 3rd and 13. So they do go to Tonyan, but now LaFleur wants to answer as he lays into the ref. But, what's it going to do? I mean, they called it. Nothing he can do. They'll have to settle for 3, probably. 3rd and 13, roll out, come back near side. Almost picked off. Incomplete. So here comes Crosby for a field goal. Yeah, I'd be pissed. That wasn't pass interference. Fucking terrible call. Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, all he did was swim. He got out of the block. That's not pass interference. That was a bullshit call, and it was a touchdown, too. So... So here comes Crosby. Kicks up. Kicks. Just barely good. 24-10 now. 10:20 to play in the third. Buffalo getting the ball for the first time this second half when we return. 24-10 Bills on top of the Packers. Rodgers now 9-13, 71 yards. Touchdown, been sacked twice. Should have 2 touchdowns. But Jones does have 13 carries, 114 yards rushing now, and A.J. Dillon 7-37. So, still down 14 as they were early, and they cut the lead, but then they allowed Buffalo to score some more. Yeah, they just cut the lead, back to 14, 24-10 here, but they got to get some stops on defense, man. They, are running the ball extremely well. No doubt about it. That should have been a touchdown. That was not pass interference. That's one of the worst fuck calls I've seen all year. And believe me, I've watched a lot of football this year and just in general. That might be one of the worst calls I've seen, just not this year, but in quite a while. I wouldn't necessarily say ever, but I mean, yeah, he just swam off the block and he got out of it, and that's how he got that wide open. That's not pass interference. Like, he did his job, and now the ref to do your job, but you call it the wrong way and complete miss. So yeah, Green Bay has to be pissed off. Now that might be their momentum, that spark that they need. They're pissed off. They're coming back with a vengeance, if you will. So yeah, 24-10 here. Buffalo ball when we return. Same first half stats and scores they had. Allen 8 of 11, 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. Singletary's 51 yards rushing. Cook 28 yards rushing. This Green Bay rushing attack might, get them back in this game and potentially win it for them if they keep it up. I mean, like I said, 13 for $114 and 7 for 37, and Rodgers 71 yards passing, a touchdown should be 2, but that touchdown to Dobbs. Tonyan should have 1. Tonyan does have a catch for 3 yards, but it should be 2 catches for 25 and a touchdown. It will. 24-10, and their defense just has to get some stops. If believe me, if their defense gets stops and their offense is going to roll like they just did on that drive, no turnovers, knock on wood, as they, haven't had yet, other than the turnover on downs, Talk about turnovers, though. We could see a turnover or two. Like I said earlier, decide the outcome of this game. Along with special teams, a couple of big special teams returns, but then penalties are brought them back. And then the run game, here we go. Hit the nail on the head. But, not pat myself in the back by any means. Just like I said, these teams are more similar than they are not. So, at the end of the night, something's got to give, and, we'll see what it does. So I'll leave it at that. But Buffalo on the return out past the 30-32, first 10 Bills. But, got to get a stop or two on defense. Play your game, not allow the refs to control it. Continue to run the football like you are, and for Rodgers to make some plays, yes, no doubt about it, he's going to have to. But like I said at the start, too, don't be surprised if Green Bay wins this tonight. Even with where they're playing, entering tonight and then how this game was going, you can't do something and then, get something right back. Allen rolls out, 9 yards to Gabe Davis. There's a flag for a late hit, probably on Amos. Maybe a defensive hold, decline it. Or unless it's an automatic first down. But, man, just, it's on the Packer defense after that reaction. The pass was thrown, got a hold on the Packer defense. 5 yards, automatic first down. So you just got to get stops. You got to keep yourself in it. If you can do that, you'll be okay. But if not, well, good luck next time. See, that's a defensive hold. That's a pass interference. But, they're not doing a good job of calling it down the middle. That PI earlier on Tunyon was not a flag. See, 6 penalties to Green Bay with only 2 to Buffalo. Buffalo's good, but Green Bay's right there. There's a hold to allow them to get that wide open, and then it's incomplete intent for Knox. So, 2nd and 5.
It's so interesting. We were talking to Josh Allen about the way that he throws the ball, and it used to seem like he really sort of muscled up his throws, Now he's seeing the field so much better that he said, to muscle up the throw, I shouldn't be throwing it. And you can tell how much easier it is for him to beat these defenses out than it was in the field round 2.
So 2nd down from 35. Pump fake, and then he gets rid of it. Complete wide open Gabe Davis into Green Bay territory down to 35. So even with a good drive like that, and then, the flag, and they have to settle for 3 when it should have been a touchdown. And here we go again. Just, Buffalo can't be stopped. Yep. Josh Allen, another pump fake, dumps it off, incomplete. 10 for Singletary, but it looks like he got hit as he threw it, so incomplete.
First part of this season, first 7 games, they played 6 snaps of defense. And here they are, probably for most of the second half, unless they're going to be beat. Matthews 58, Wilson's 45.
Go to 80, trips to up screen. Out of the gun, Allen, gonna tuck it and run. Josh Allen, and I don't know if you got the first down or not. He's still running and slapping high fives with the crowd. And as he reached for it, we'll see if they give it to him or not. But and he didn't have anybody open, so yeah, he's gonna be going short. He didn't get that.
I mean, that big tank, when it gets moving,
No way he got that.
who wants to stand in front of it first of all, and who can catch it second?
They say 1st and 10, though, the 26-yard line. All right. They move the sticks. And they'll hand off. Devin Singletary for about 8, 2nd and 2. Got a flag on the play. This one's coming back for hold. Yep.
Terrific quarterback in Miami, college for the 82. Was in the NFL briefly. He takes over from Brian Dable, and this offense has not missed a beat.
No, it really hasn't, and it's Brian Daboll's done okay as well as a head coach, so it wasn't just the talent that went out there on the field. We already know that Doug Wilson is a feisty competitor. His quarterback was a little bit all the time about it, which is kind of fun.
Another give after the hold and nowhere to go. 2nd and 20. Green Bay honestly has to force them to kick or at least get them out of field goal range here. They can take them down with a sack. 7:37 already played in the third quarter. This game is absolutely flown by. Yeah. Middle complete Diggs down to 30. Yeah. Diggs, of course, a former Viking. Played in the NFC North against these Green Bay Packers twice a year. Yeah, obviously, don't like him. Yeah, because he could go right there. But then he dumps it off, and Diggs with a few yard reception. Officially, say 7. But on 3rd and 20, it's still 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 13, so. Josh Allen stepping up. Josh Allen going to roll out, pump fake, and then tuck it and run, and then still carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. He's got to learn to tuck it. You know, he tries to do too much, and then that's when he makes mistakes. It'll be 4th down. I'd be kicking it if I'm Green Bay. Or Buffalo, excuse me. Yeah, go 27-10 on the Green Bay Packers. Here comes Bass for another field goal. He's good from 42 and a half. That's from 38, they say. Yep. Kick up. Kick. Good. Make it 27-10 with 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Packers going to get it back. Down. 17. They get the ball back. Going to try to have to do something. Need touchdowns, not field goals. And they should have had a touchdown, of course, on the last drive, but I mean, man, what can you do? So there's that, yeah. 27-10, Packer ball when we return. Talk about college football, though, real quick, as we normally do on Sunday nights. Give a recap from yesterday, and then also preview next week, as we'll have some football on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. We have, I believe it's 27 straight days of football from this past week, whether that be Thursday, yeah, with these 3 Thursday college football games in the NFL. But Maction in November. Yeah, we got football Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. From here on out till right around Thanksgiving. But this past week in college football, and I know I would have recapped some of this yesterday during college football live stream with Ohio State, Penn State, and then preview. I believe I got to that for next week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got 2 games on Tuesday, 2 games on Wednesday, 2 games on Thursday, and 3 games Friday, and the rest next Saturday. With the game of the week being at 3:30, with number 2 Tennessee and number 1 Georgia. We'll be watching that because we'll have live watch-along reactions of Penn State and Indiana also at 3:30 as well. Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, Georgia on probably Michigan State, Illinois, and then Oklahoma State, Kansas, maybe Syracuse, Pitt. Washington State, Stanford ain't that bad. I mean, even Washington, Iowa State. Actually, we'll probably wait till 4 to put that 4th game on. Liberty at Arkansas. Yeah, we'll have Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan State, Illinois, and Liberty, Arkansas on next Saturday afternoon. Just be sure to tune in for those. They're going to be Crown Jewel sometime on Saturday. Leave here in the States is going to be around noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have live watch-along reactions to that maybe next Saturday night. Doubt next Sunday because of the NFL. What I was saying earlier. I'll be attending a wrestling show right after that as well, so probably not then, even though I need to watch that before I go and stream it, so I know what the hell's going on. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, the new Bills Stadium renderings. It's going to be nearby. Yep. 2/3 will be covered, basically on the sides. Sort of how Seattle, sort of how I'm trying to think. There's another team that their stadium that has a stadium like that. Some covering on the sides. But that's why people had said, hey, why not build a dome in Buffalo? No, because with the weather, it takes away from the game. 3rd and 2, Green Bay going to get a first down, and then something to the 40. There's probably more than just the 1 or 2 that I'm thinking of. But, 2/3 is, going to be basically the whole way around the sides, rather than just on the upper deck on the side, if you get my gist. That basically is, for the most part, everywhere. But, yeah, Buffalo is going to be getting a new stadium. Tennessee going to be getting a new stadium. Washington could be on that list in the near future. There's been talk about Chicago getting a new stadium. Even though Soldier Field is perfectly fine as it is. Rather than new stadiums, renovate, as teams have. I guess that seems to be it for the AFC, from what I'm thinking of. Because the Raiders were probably the most recent team to get a new stadium, right? In Vegas. Yeah, I believe so. But it seems like everybody's got new stadiums within the past 20 years. Nothing's, old, other than, say, Green Bay, Chicago, Kansas City. First and 10 Packers. And A.J. Dillon to the 48, second down. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if some other teams could be getting a new stadium. I guess that'd be it. Yeah. But with new stadiums, of course, meaning new, good or bad for taxpayers, depending on where the money's coming from. First down Packers. Because if it's privately funded, that's going to be less than for everybody else. If they're getting money from fundraising and such, well, yeah, that's a different story. But it's not like Buffalo doesn't do stuff with the stadium other than football. They have concerts. They have an arena as well, which is just a little further north, because Orchard Park's south of Buffalo. But it could attract, new stuff because it's new, or more stuff because it's new. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. Green Bay's second and 10, still down 17 here. But, Tennessee, Nashville's turned into fucking Vegas the past 20 years. It's not what it used to be. Tunyon on the reception. And to the 32-yard line, he goes for 4, third down. And about 6. Clock will stop for the time being, but there it goes. It's going to run again, and that should do it for the third quarter. Let's hurry up here and get a play. Third and 7 officially. 8 seconds, got to go. He's going to probably try to draw him off sides. He's not going to snap it. 3-2-1. Gets it off, but no, nothing. End of the third quarter. So they didn't blow the whistles yet, and the damn water boys running out of the fucking field. He's like, what the fuck? Don't stop it now. I'm already out here. So, yeah, but the end of 3, 27-10 Bills on top of the Packers. Green Bay 3rd and 7. This might do it here if they don't convert, or let alone score for that matter, but we'll see. But, as I was saying about college football, another good weekend this past week, another good week to come next week. Week 2, week 4, week 6, 8 and 9 stacking up. And we got week 10 next week, but I thought those have been the best weeks in college football so far this season. And just, every other week. Week 2, week 4, week 6, week 8. Because last week, this past weekend wasn't, that great. I mean, I had good games, but it wasn't necessarily bad. Still good.
Inflation is hurting everywhere. Gas prices, food prices, retirement savings diminished.
Week 7 was good too in my head. I mean, every fucking weekend's good in college football. What am I talking about? And the NFL, because it's football. It's on. You can watch it. Talk about it as we do. But no, week 9 in college football this past week on Thursday. We had Southern Miss defeat Louisiana Lafayette 39-24. NC State with a 1-point win at home, coming back and defeating Virginia Tech 22-21. And then Utah won at Washington State 21-17. On Friday, East Carolina won at BYU on a game-winning field goal, 27-24. Took double over Florida National defeat Louisiana Tech 42-34. Florida Georgia yesterday. Georgia was up big, but boom, motherfucker. The Dogs beat the Gators as they did come back, but Georgia pulled away then at the end, 42-20 your final score. Ohio State with a 13-point, 44-31 win at Penn State. The final 9-26 was crucial. Penn State was up 21-16, and then it was 23-21, 30-21, 30-24, 37-24, 44-24. And then Penn State scored late, 44-31 final score. Kentucky put up 44 as well at home against Kentucky, 44-6. As a lot of liquor, whether that be bourbon or shine or just anything alcoholic was drank up in the hills with the Wildcats and Volunteers. Kentucky at Tennessee, like Kentucky is where Jack Daniels is at, and Tennessee whiskey and hills of East Tennessee. Tennessee's damn good. They are 44-6. But they got to go to Georgia next week. Should be a damn good game. 4th and 1 in the meantime for the Packers. And Rodgers will hand off, and they're not going to get it. Nope. He's going to lose a yard. Turnover on downs, and Buffalo Bill football up 17, 14-12 to play, and this game might be over. This game might be over. Green Bay, they're just, damn good. There's something wrong, and they're hurt. And I think that's where you got to start. Until they get healthy, that's just how they're going to be. Because, 10 points tonight. They lost at Washington last week. Almost, came back and won it, like I said, on a hook and ladder at the end of the game. The 3-4. They haven't won since they beat the Patriots at home in overtime at the beginning of the month. It'll be a month, over a month, come the next time they play next Sunday, let alone win. Because they're going to lose tonight, it seems like, at Buffalo. They lost last week at Washington. Lost a week prior at home against the Jets, and lost in London the week before that against the Giants. Their bye week should be coming up. Their bye week shit ain't till 2 weeks before Christmas. And, their schedule ain't getting any easier either. Okay, they go to Detroit next week. But then they get the Cowboys at home. Short week on a Thursday night, they get the Titans at home. Then they got to go to Philly on a Sunday night. Then they go back to Aaron Rodgers' second residence in Chicago, take on the Bears. Then on the Monday night before Christmas, they host the Rams. Then they go to Miami on Christmas. And then they get the Vikings at home on New Year's. And then they get the Lions at home week 18. They're 3-4 right now. Make it 3-5. 4-5 going into Dallas. Probably have those 3 Packer games with the Cowboys, Titans, and Eagles. Yeah, I believe I do have those on the schedule. So we'll see how they are, going into December. Could be 4-5, 7-5, 4-8, anywhere in between. And then into December, their bye ain't until 2 weeks before Christmas. That's going to be the last bye week. Green Bay's got a late bye, which they're probably still happy about, but right now they're probably wishing it's fucking next week or the week after or the week after that, like soon, not for another fucking month and a half. Because they still got to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more games before the bye week. Man, that's going to be tough. Whereas with Buffalo, looking at the schedule, Bills coming off of a bye, I might add. They go to the Jets, then they get the Vikings at home. That should be a damn good game. Then they also get Cleveland at home before they go to Detroit on Thanksgiving. And then they go to New England the Thursday after Thanksgiving, as both of them will play on Thanksgiving and they'll play on Thursday with a week off in between. And then they get the Jets at home. Then they get the Bills at home. And then Christmas Eve, they got to go to Chicago. And then go to Cincinnati and host New England Week 18. So it ain't going to get any easier for them, but at least they're healthy right now. Green Bay can't catch a fucking cold. Got a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Legal use hands to the face on the defense on the Packers. 5 yards, but it's automatic first down though.
So some back and forth, cuts in and out, and I guess his left hand got up to the face mask. You'll see it, he's kind of weaving in and out like that. And watch his left hand. What's this from last week happens? That was it.
As Isaiah McKenzie was cutting inside.
You do know it's the fourth quarter, Mike Tirico, right? Excuse me. Because he said there haven't been many penalties in this third quarter. It's fucking 13:30 to play in the fourth in the game. Yeah, you got to give them credit. You do. And just shoot themselves in the foot, though, with penalties. In some regards. And then an offside, free play, Allen dumps it off Gabe Davis, and 8 yards. You take the penalty or you take that yardage and then you got a 3rd and 4 rather than a sec. He'd probably take the penalty. Yeah. Offside. 5 yards. Yep. Replay second down, so 2nd and 10 rather than 2nd and 15. Or 3rd and 4. Yeah, Green Bay can't catch a fucking break. This is pretty bad. They're beat up. They got to get, until they do, once again, this is just going to be the way it is. Because they don't have the star, players to play in their absence. Allen, incomplete. 27-10, incomplete, 12:46 to play. Be interesting to see what Rodgers is going to say.
And it really kind of started before the game, didn't it? Jair Alexander got into his
Because you know he's going to say something, you just don't know what.
took up the fight.
But what can he say? You know, that's the thing. What can he say? Because they're getting beat for the 4th straight week in a row now. The one in over a month. 3rd and 10. October wasn't nice to him, basically. Allen pass picked off at midfield. 12:40 to play. They hook and ladder with the interception. Just go fucking down. Don't turn it over again. The hell are you doing? I was about to say, maybe that's the spark they need. Down 17. 3 timeouts, 12:34, and the 2-minute warning. That's a hell of a lot of time for Aaron Rodgers to move the ball downfield and, you know, keep cutting this lead and, you know, try to make a comeback now. So, talk about mistakes. Josh Allen trying to do too much, trying to make a, you know, play out of nothing all the damn time, and then it finally cost him there. That's his downfall. He tries to do too much. He tries to make plays when he doesn't need to. Just take what the defense gives you, and then he turns the ball over. Talked about mistakes earlier. Well, there you go. There's the first. So, I mean, it's a hell of a lot closer game. It'd be a different total story right now, but I mean, still 17 points, but you're talking about Aaron Rodgers and 3 timeouts with 2-minute warning. Okay, that's a bunch of time. Don't be surprised if Green Bay comes back and wins this game, but don't be surprised if, you know, it stays the way it is, or, you know, Buffalo scores again, for that matter, or if Green Bay does score and, you know, does make it interesting, but they just come up, you know, short at the end because time's going to run out on them. So, we'll see what happens here. But back to these college football scores from yesterday. As mentioned, yes, Georgia beat Florida, Ohio State beat Penn State, Tennessee over Kentucky, Michigan with a 29-7 win at home in the Big House against little brother Michigan State. TCU went to Morgantown and beat West Virginia 41-31. Oregon at Cal, 42-24 win. I don't know where the hell Oklahoma State went, but they got shut out at Kansas State 48-0. As a top 10 team. Wake Forest also got blown out on the road. 48-21 Louisville win. USC 45-37 won Arizona. UCLA defeated Stanford from the Rose Bowl. Celebrating 100 years, 38-13 Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, I guess, is Batman, defeating Jimbo Fisher and the Joker Texan Aggies 31-28. 41-24 win for the Golden Domers and Notre Dame at Syracuse, as the Orange have lost 2 straight. Illinois 7-1, first time since 0-1 they've done that. Should be undefeated 8-0. They lost to Indiana on Friday night last month, but 26-9 win at Nebraska yesterday. UCF defeated Cincinnati at home 21, 13 1 point time. UCF had scored as they promote Sunday football for next week with the Titans and the Chiefs. But, yeah, Cincinnati had scored. Got the 2, was up 3, 21-18. And then UCF scored and won the game, 25-21. Carolina beat Pitt 42-24. We'll see what happens with Pat Narduzzi. I doubt he'll go anywhere, but you just never know. I wouldn't be surprised if something would happen. Well, talk about something happening. The Bills turn it over, but then one play and Rodgers and the Packers turn it over. So, back to, you know, where we just were. And balls tipped, batted up in the air, and picked off. Jesus Christ. They can't catch a break. And the media is going to have a fucking free-for-all with them. As they already have. But then losing 4 straight now. And, you know, playing like shit. You think he cares, though? Yeah, no. He doesn't. Why should he? He doesn't have to. Doesn't need to. I still feel like Green Bay, Tampa Bay, I don't know about the Rams, but potentially. You know, I still think they'll be able to figure it out. I think we're going to have an interesting finish to the regular season with who's getting in the playoffs and who's not. As we always do anyway. with division winners in the wild card. But still a long season, still a lot of football to be played. Trade deadline Tuesday. We'll see if teams are going to make moves. I would think Green Bay is definitely going to be trading for a wide receiver because they need serious fucking help. I just don't know who the hell it's going to be. I haven't gotten any notifications tonight on them during this game making a move by any means. I mean, why the hell would you do that anyway? It's not baseball. That's for tomorrow, and then by Tuesday at 4 to do that on November the 1st, which is hard to believe. How the hell is it already fucking November and Thanksgiving and Christmas right around the corner? I don't know, but here we are. 2022 is absolutely flown by. But once again, thanks for tuning in and watching, listening. But yeah, man, they're just banged up until they get healthy. Once again, this is going to be the way it is, but they're still making mistakes that they don't need to be making. They can't be making them in situations like this, for that matter, but yet they still are. They're just not playing good on top of, being unhealthy, being hurt, being banged up, injured. So I'll leave it at that, but Bills are going to win this one tonight. Yep. From the 44, 1st and 10. Josh Allen hands off, and a loss on the play. 2nd and long. Back to these college football scores real quick. Missouri beat South Carolina 23-10. Arkansas 41-24. Turning Jordan Hare into Spirit Halloween. 41-27 win for the Hogs over the Tigers. Oklahoma beat Iowa State 27-13. UConn upset Boston College. Jeff Hafley is going to be fired. 13-3 for the Huskies over the Eagles. Florida State 41-16 win at home against Georgia Tech. Houston 42-27 win against South Florida. Toledo beat Eastern Michigan by 3, 27-24. Miami, Ohio wins Akron 27-9. Akron now officially eliminated from postseason contention. They will become the first team in 2022 to be told, hey, there's no chance whatsoever, even if you'd win out, to make a bowl game. So better luck next year for Moorhead and the Zips. Took 4 overtimes for Miami to beat Virginia 14-12. 4 overtimes with a final score of 14-12. For the U at UVA. 56-23 for Charlotte. They won at Rice. Minnesota shot Rutgers 31-0, bouncing back after losing to Penn State and Whiteout last week. Georgia State 31-17 against ODU. Iowa 20-point 30-3, 13 winner Northwestern. Handoff, goal to go from the 3 now for Buffalo. This will be to seal it for sure. New Mexico State beat UMass 23-13. Overtime win for Navy against Temple. From Annapolis, 27-20. SMU 45-34 win at Tulsa. App State with a 42-3 win against Robert Morris, who is still winless. North Texas 40-13 win at Western Kentucky. South Alabama 31-3 winning over Arkansas State. From the blue turf in Boise, they won 49-10 against Colorado State. Incomplete. 3rd goal from the 3 for Buffalo, up 27-10 with 10-12 to play. Coastal Carolina 24-13 win at Marshall. FAU won by a touchdown, 24-17 against UAB. Arizona State at Colorado. Sun Devils win by 8, 42-34. Baylor put up 45 at Texas Tech, 5-17. In the final 4 games last night, Middle Tennessee State 24-13 at UTEP. Fresno State was down 28-17 with 4 minutes to play, and they came back and won 32-28 over San Diego State. San Jose State 35-28 win against Nevada, and Josh Allen, the former Wyoming quarterback, pass intercepted by Green Bay at the 5. All right, Green Bay still got a chance here. First and 10 to the 5-yard line. A couple minutes less, but 10:02 to play. And still 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they celebrate with some Packer fans front row. And yeah, the kid's going to remember that for a while, rest of his life, to say the least. Jair Alexander, of all DBs, to pick off Josh Allen, like 10 for Stephon Diggs. And picked off Green Bay ball first and 10 at the 5 when we return. 10:02 to play, still down 17, 27-10. But they got 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning, so still got a chance. But Josh Allen of Wyoming, Cowboys of Wyoming, went to the islands of Hawaii last night and won by 7-27-20 over the Rainbow Warriors. Next week now in college football, we'll have 2 games as mentioned on Thursday, 2 games on Wednesday, 1 Thursday as well, 3 on Friday, and the rest on Saturday. Maction on Tuesday, Ball State, Kent State, Buffalo, Ohio. Wednesday, Central Michigan, Northern Illinois, Western Michigan, Bowling Green. On Thursday, you got UTEP and Rice. App State, Coastal Carolina is going to be a damn good game. That game is actually going to be better than the fucking Eagle-Texan game on Thursday Night Football for the NFL. UMass at UConn. Duke at Boston College, and Oregon State plays at Washington Friday night, which should be a damn good Pac-12 after dark Friday night game. Air Force Army on Saturday as well. The Buckeyes of Ohio State will go to Northwestern. We'll have Texas Tech, TCU, North Carolina, Virginia. Tulane's going to Tulsa. Kentucky, Missouri, Florida, Texas A&M, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Purdue, Maryland, Wisconsin, Western Kentucky, Charlotte, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, South Florida, Temple, Marshall, Old Dominion, Baylor, Oklahoma, Georgia State, Southern Miss, Middle Tennessee State, Louisiana Tech. And like I said, at 3:30, I'll have live watch-along reactions of Penn State, Indiana, but we'll also be watching Tennessee, Georgia, along with Michigan State, Illinois, potentially Oklahoma State, Kansas, along with Oregon, Colorado, Syracuse, Pitt, UCF, Memphis, Washington State, Stanford, Western Iowa State. But that 4th game we're going to be watching with Penn State, Indiana, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan State, Illinois. It seems like it'll be Liberty at Arkansas. As we'll also have New Mexico and Utah State, UTSA, UAB. Navy will be at Cincinnati, South Alabama, Georgia, Southern FIU, North Texas, Troy, and Louisiana, Lafayette, Texas State, Louisiana, Monroe. Alabama goes to LSU, Texas at Kansas State. BYU, Boise State should be a damn good game Saturday night as well. UNLV, San Diego State, Houston, SMU. Rutgers will host Michigan in primetime, as they've already hosted Iowa and Nebraska at home at night. They did go to Ohio State. They'll get Michigan State at home this Saturday night. They still have to host Penn State as well. Got Clemson at Notre Dame Saturday night on NBC. It's NBC Sunday Football this evening. 27-10. Bills under 10 to play now. A couple interceptions back and forth. Packers get the ball back as the Bills were scoring and looking to steal it. Green Bay ball, a few yards on that play, 2nd down, and officially 9 after only a yard. 9:32 when counting the play. Arizona, Utah as well. Auburn, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Vandy. And then we got a couple good games late next Saturday night. Just not night games. Like, you're talking a little later than that. Like, some Pac-12 after dark and just, yeah. Next week's slate in college football looks damn good. Once again. 3rd down though for the Bills. 3rd and 5 for the Packers, 3rd and 5 for the Packers. Big play. This might be your ball game. From the 10. Rodgers rolls out. Pump fakes, complete. Tunyon, 1st down. Out to the 27, 28. All right. They'll move the sticks. But also next Saturday in college football, James Madison, Louisville, Florida State, Miami, Wake Forest, NC State, got UCLA, Arizona State, Cal, USC, Colorado State goes to San Jose State, and then Hawaii, Fresno State as well. That's next week, college football. So I'll leave it at that. Get back to this Packer bowl game. 1st and 10, empty set from the 26. Rodgers goes deep far side, complete at midfield. Romeo Doubs again. Why not go Sammy Watkins on this drive for a touchdown potentially? From the 48, 1st and 10. Rodgers, far side, almost picked off, intended for Rodgers, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I tell you, Mike, we've talked about this a little bit, but for the Buffalo Bills, Coach Vegas might come back eventually, we hope. And Dane Jackson has really come a long way at that one quarterback position. Tyler Elam, Christian Benford, Terry Johnson. A good bunch on the back end. But as those veterans get healthy, this team is going to be much, much stronger and deeper in that secondary than for the playoffs.
Rodgers going to step up. He's going to pump fake, tuck it, and run. He's going to get a first down and slide to the 35. 1st and 10 Packers. 7-11 and counting to play. Still down 17, but they still have 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. They have to score quick here. They get the ball back. Of course, score again. Hope to get the ball back again and, game-winning or game-tying field goal. Maybe a game-winning touchdown for that matter. Time might be running out on them. That's the thing. Rodgers looking to throw. Complete. Near side of the 19. And who is that on the reception? 83 for Green Bay is... Okay, second catch of his career. We know that much. Was it a catch though? Or, I don't know. Yeah, Buffalo. Sean McDermott's going to challenge that because that's incomplete. Samori Torre. After discussion, it's incomplete, so he's not even going to have to challenge. Which, yeah, you got to... That's just stupid. Like, you got to make him challenge it. Yeah, now it's split second. Nope. Yeah. It is 10:58, by the way, Mike Tirico. Second and 10. Like I said, where's Sammy Watkins been at? I swear to God, I'm fucking bugged. I do. I'm paranoid. Everything I fucking say, 3 seconds later, oh yeah, here we go. Talk about this guy now. Rodgers deep down the middle of the field in the end zone, caught, touchdown Packers. And it's 83 Samori Torre. So they say incomplete on his previous catch. That's definitely a catch because caught it standing up in the end zone. Nice play, yeah. Just get open. Rodgers found him. Touchdown, Green Bay. Just get open, exactly. Just get the hell open. Quarterback is good enough. We'll find the football. And Aaron Rodgers is good enough. This extra point's crucial. Kicks up and good. 27-17 with 6:32 to play. They could kick it deep if they'd want to, But you got to really believe in your defense to get you the ball back quick. Like, you're probably going to want to be, kicking an onside kick. Even with 6:32 to play, it's still a lot of time with 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. I mean, you could kick it deep. You just got to get a quick 3 and out. And then you got to score again. And then hope to get the ball back again. And, score again with a field goal to tie or touchdown to win. Thing is, you kick an onside kick now and don't get it, you're giving them a short field, and you're down 10 again, 27-17. They score for sure, the game's over. Field goal, still 2 touchdowns, but time ain't going to be on your side. Big decision to kick it deep or kick an onside kick right here. I mean, you could do either or. Kick it deep, you better believe in your defense to get you the ball back quick, because you might not even get it back at that point. Rodgers now officially here. 6:32 to play, 27-17 Bills, is 15-22 for $157, 2 touchdowns and interception, 1 touchdown Romeo Doubs, and the other 2, number 83, Samori Toure. Jones, 20 carries, 143 yards rushing. A.J. Dillon has 10 carries, 54 yards rushing. Rodgers also has a carry for 11 yards. Dozo, 3 of 52 in a score. Torre, 1 for 37 in the score. Big Bob Tunyon should also have a touchdown, 426. Remember, that touchdown he had that they said was offensive pass interference and they settled for 3, that's coming back to be a big play right now, because if that is not a field goal, it's a touchdown, it's a 1-score game right now, 27-20 rather than 27-17. Everybody else has a catch or 2 for 9 yards, it seems like. But Josh Allen's 11-22, 205 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So him throwing some turnovers, some mistakes, trying to do a little too much with the lead, and it's coming back to hurt him. But, we'll see defensively, how Buffalo continues to play once Green Bay gets the ball back, or, if, he can, forget about it and move on and, then do something to seal this. He still leads the team in rushing. Just absolutely pathetic. 446. Devin Singletary, 9 for 44. And James Cook, 4 carries, 32 yards. McKenzie has a rushing touchdown as well. They have 3 touchdowns still and 2 field goals. They really haven't done much since fucking halftime. They haven't, you think about it. But, 6:32 to play here. Green Bay's coming back. As they kick it deep, sky kick, actually, try to get a couple guys downfield to make the tackle on the return, which they do at the 28-yard line. So, our difference there for a touchback. But, if Buffalo's going to win this game, up 10 right now, and seal it, work clock, they're going to have to run the football with Devin Singletary and James Cook. And Josh Allen can't turn the ball over. If Green Bay's defense get off the field quick, get the ball back, Rodgers does his thing, they score again, it's going to get interesting here. This is a big defensive drive for the Packers. And the Tunyon touchdown, that was an interception that they said, which wasn't, settled for a field goal. That's coming back to be a big play, because if that's on a field goal and it's a touchdown, it's a 7-point ball game right now, 27-17. Or 27-20 rather than 27-17, excuse me. But it's with 6:12 and counting now. They run it on first down, second down to come for the Bills, and the work clock. Green Bay has 3 timeouts, as does Buffalo. 2-minute warning still to come. It's 27-17 Bills. Second down and officially 3. So, let's see if Green Bay can get off the field on defense. Fake the give, complete the digs. He gets a first down and a couple more yards and out of bounds. So, first down, Buffalo. Gabe Davis on the reception, and he's going to get a couple more yards, and Yeah, should have been about 2nd and 8. It's going to be about 2nd and 4, maybe 5. Under 5 to play.
Gabriel Davis with some huge plays this year, but I mean, who could ever forget what that guy did against Kansas City in the divisional round last year? Over 200 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. It was just one of those nights, and he has established himself now as that guy opposite Stephon Diggs. He has balanced the playing field and given Diggs even more opportunities because of the pressure they have to put.
From the 46, 2nd and 4 handoff. And Singletary will only get 3. It'll be 3rd and 1. Big 3rd down. 4:24 and counting. Yeah, they don't get 3rd down stop here. They're going to start calling timeouts. Hope to get the ball back. Watch them go deep. Watch them go deep. Watch them want to put it away. Sneak or draw. Watch a play action now. Watch Gilliam. Gabe Davis in motion. They'll sneak it, push him, he gets a 1st down. So timeout Packers with 3:44 to play. Yeah, time's going to run out on them. All Buffalo's going to have to do is get another 1st down or 2, get it inside of 2 minutes, and run the clock. Out of the eye, they'll run it, and rightfully so, and a big 1st down run. Actually, Singletary knocked down about a yard short. Timeout, Green Bay. 2nd and 1, 3:40 to play. So yeah, Green Bay calling timeouts. Buffalo's trying to run the clock, and this game's gonna be over here before too long. But just don't cough it up. Whatever the hell you do, don't fumble. I think we're going to look back at this. The play of the game is going to be it all changed even with it being 0-0 early, Green Bay going for it on the opening drive. Because then Buffalo took control after that. Up 14, it was 14-7, 21-7, 21-10. Now here we are, 27-17 in the 4th. But the Tonyan touchdown, but they said offensive pass interference when it wasn't. They had to settle for 3. If that's a touchdown rather than a field goal, once again right now it's 27-20 rather than 27-17 Bills. And then, a big defensive stop potentially for the Packers to get off the field, get the ball back. But, even if they get the ball back now, they're not going to have any timeouts or time for the most part, and down 10, maybe even more, and then the game's for sure over. I mean, the game's been over a couple points of time tonight to begin with. You still got to give it to Green Bay. You still got to, give it to Buffalo as well because they're a damn good team. But they still, I think, got to do a little bit more late if they want to be, great. Because they're good, but got a personal foul, necessary roughness on the Bills. 15 yards. They'll replay down. All down counts. Okay. But yeah, 1st and 10 then. So still replay it down, even though the down counts. Well, they got the first down now. Yeah, okay.
Alexander is like, yeah, goodbye, go see you 15 yards later, but keeps them in the game here.
It's dead ball, so it's after.
Yeah, it's still a first down, and I mean Green Bay still has one timeout, but one timeout, 1st and 10 to 3:37 to play. I mean, Buffalo could drain this clock close to 2 minutes. I mean, depending on if they get another first down here or not. If they kick it or punt, or, Green Bay even gets the ball back, we'll see. Out of the eye, handoff, just looking ahead. Nowhere to go. Timeout, 3:30 to play. And then 40 seconds from there, be 2:50. Another 40 seconds after third down would be 2:10, which would, give Buffalo, unless they'd get a first down, a full down with 2 minutes to play. And if they don't get a first down here, it looks like they'll be punting. But then Green Bay gets the ball back with 2 minutes to play. No timeouts, under 2 to play, down 10, needing a touchdown, and then also to get the ball back on an onside kick and kick a field goal to tie. A lot to ask for. So. Yeah. Talked about that earlier with the one tunnel situation. Yeah. Those Michigan State players, I might add, have been suspended. And as I've stated the past few years, after Mark D'Antonio left East Lansing and Mel Tucker was hired away from Colorado, I still haven't thought he's been the right man for the job, but they gave him an extension at the end of last year. Could come under some scrutiny with, of course, what happened with that last night. I'm sure Michigan State's looking into it. If the players are suspended, potentially if it comes down to it, like, they don't want to pay them, which, there really haven't been any upper management changes that I know of with Sparty. Could be, but as far as I know, I don't think there is. Like, they wanted to, extend him if they didn't, think it was right. But they were, of course, afraid to lose him, as, was another school that had, among a few other schools across the country. But, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to it. They, could find a way to fire him with cause, so they don't have to pay him then. Or if he'd leave on his own, or, go that route. But yeah, that, talk about the one tunnel. I don't know what other stadiums have only one tunnel other than the Big House and Buffalo. At least I can think of off the top of my head. If anybody does, in fact, know, let me know in the comments. Yeah, they show off the standings. Here we go. 3rd and 7 for Buffalo, under 3 to play. They get a first down, games for sure over. But like I said, they could get to 2 minutes and have a 4th down. They'll hand off, fake to give Ashley Allen, going to roll out. And it's incomplete, so the clock's going to stop. Why the fuck are you doing that? Oh my God, and there's a flag on the play too. So 3rd and 7. Maybe a hold. Or a legal man downfield. Yeah. Yep. So Green Bay lucks out. Jesus Christ, Buffalo. What the hell are you doing, man? Oh, 4th down now, yeah. Because that was 3rd down, 3rd and 7. So clock stops with incompletion. I can understand throwing it. You want to seal it, put him away, but he completely overthrew the receiver and nobody's fucking there anyway. Like, he tries to do too much. That is his downfall. I've said it for fucking a few years now. Josh Allen tries to do too much, and it costs him. And until he learns, he just does what he does. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way, though. From the 18, fair catch signal for 1st and 10. Green Bay with 2:34 to play, still down 10. So, 34 seconds. If they can score quick, 2 minutes, warning's a timeout for you, sideline's a timeout for you. You have no timeouts, but you're down 10. This is going to get interesting. We'll see here. Let's go. Somebody's going deep. Somebody's going to be going out. But watch for Tonyan over the middle and watch for Jones and Dillon out of the backfield. And watch for Sammy Watkins at receiver. Yes. 1st and 10, Green Bay. 2:34 to play, down 10, 27-17 from the 17. And dump off on a screen to Robert Tonyan. And he'll get 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Got to go. Got to go. 2-2-2 and counting. You get one play here before the 2-minute mark. Just get a first down. And quick out route far side. Dobbs. You got to get out of bounds, dude. And it'll still take us 2-minute warning, but you still got to get the hell out of bounds. All right, so first down, Green Bay. 2 minutes to play, down 10. Or do they stop the... Well, it says 2 minutes, but do they stop the clock before the 2-minute mark? This is a 2-minute warning, so they won't get another play off. All right. 2 minutes to play, 27-17 Bills. We'll update final stats and scores in a minute, but once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports. Go on Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. The thumbs up button. Share, chat, questions, and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated as well. And Green Bay with the 1st and 10, starting to move the football, but even with no timeout, down 10. 2 minutes to play. Gonna need to score quick here, and then kick an onside kick, get the ball back. Game-tying field goal, game-winning touchdown potentially. Gonna be an interesting finish. And that's to say the least. But commercial break, we'll get back to the action momentarily. 27-17, 2 minutes to play. Here we go. If I'm Rodgers, if I'm Green Bay right now, I'm, like I said, having somebody go deep. I'm having Tonyan over the middle, but with Dobbs and Watson out, Dobbs has the touchdown, as does 83's Samori Toure. Yeah, watch out for Jones and Dillon out of the backfield in the screen game. But with also Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, DeGuara, Amari Rodgers, but yeah, Sammy Watkins. Where the hell has Sammy Watkins been? We'll see. Yeah, there's the NFL Red Zone from NFL Network on the free preview for next Sunday on November the 6th, week 9 in the NFL. So here we go. Yeah, Green Bay has won the second half, but still, time's run out on them. 2 minutes to play, down 10, no timeouts, 1st and 10 from 36. And once again, here we go. Rodgers complete to Jones. Aaron Jones is 41 for 5. He got a 2nd and 5. And now Buffalo is going to try to, hold him down to, run the clock and make sure he doesn't get up. Just make, defensive stops like that. All right, 2nd and 5. Clock's ticking. Minute 36. Got to get set. Took 30 seconds after that play, and then to get set for the next play. Rodgers running around, gets rid of it. It's incomplete. Almost sacked, but incomplete. 3rd and 5, and 1, 2, 3 at play. Still down 10. This game's over. There's no way. I don't think they score now. Unless they get a big 3rd down conversion here. Then it might be a different story. You still can't count out Aaron Rodgers. That's the thing about it. Yeah. Third and 5. Rodgers far side on a deep ball. Amari Rodgers to the 35-yard line. He doesn't get out of bounds, though. Oh, my God. 1-1-1. It took him 30 seconds from the 2-minute warning. They went 5 yards to get set and snap the ball for the next play. Minute, 59 seconds, 58 seconds. They get it off. Don't spike it, but 1st and 10. Pass near side, out of bounds, incomplete. 54 seconds to play 2nd and 10. Yeah, they had. I don't know why they didn't clock it. I don't know why they didn't spike it there. Them not having any timeouts is a killer, and not getting out of bounds right there is hurting them now too. At least the incompletion stops the clock for them, but yeah, what the hell? From the 37, 2nd and 10, and honestly, Mason Crosby might want to get ready. Rodgers steps up over the middle, incomplete. Nobody's there. Incomplete, 3rd and 10. Yeah, Crosby might want to get ready because if they, don't convert here on 3rd and 10, yeah, you might want to run them out, kick it, and then kick an onside kick. But if you don't make it, well, you're not kicking an onside kick. Give them the ball back and game's over. So you're going to want to score and then kick an onside kick and then kick a field goal, potentially, if you'd even get the ball back. But just a thought, just in case they don't convert here on 3rd and 10. Crosby gives a thumbs up, says he's ready to go if needed. Yeah, you gotta have him fucking ready to go. Rodgers over the middle, incomplete. You gotta kick it. 4th and 10, 43 seconds. Rather than 4th and less than 5, you'd probably go for it. You still might kick it, but you gotta kick it. Yeah, here comes Crosby for the field goal. What'd they say? This is from how long? 55? This is to make it a one-score game. And remember, this is going back to that Tunyon touchdown that they said was a PI, and they had to settle for 3. 55-yard field goal to make it a one-score game. Timeout Buffalo to ice them. Because it's 4th and 10, if they're only down 7 rather than having the field goal from earlier instead of the touchdown, because of that play, I mean, do you kick it here? Do you still try to kick an onside kick then, or are you going for it and, trying to score to tie it? I mean, you're probably doing the latter. You're probably even with that. I mean, man, just tough situation. He could get a PI. Here comes a 55-yard field goal. And this will either give us a chance for an onside kick, or game's going to be over if he misses it. From 55 to cut it to 7. Kicks up, kicks no good. I think it got blocked a little bit. But short, wide left, no good, and that'll do it. Bills are going to win 27-17 over the Green Bay Packers here tonight on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, snap was a little low off to the side. Got laces out, but then I don't know if anybody else heard the thud, but it didn't sound like he kicked it right. And he hooked it left, and it was short. So no good from 55, and Bills will get to 6-1 with a 27-17 win over the Packers here tonight. Green Bay falling to 3-5. Rodgers and the Packers losing 4 in a row now come next week. If they'd win, they haven't won in over a month then at that point, as there's Rodgers and Josh Allen in the post-game handshake. Matt LaFleur, excuse me. His brother Mike and the Jets and Robert Saleh already beat the Packers. But LaFleur and Sean McDermott post-game handshake as well. Stephon Diggs and Jair Alexander probably going to fight each other if they see each other. So keep them away unless, there will be fight 3-2-1. And that'll do it for Sunday Football. Bills win 27-17. And I think it goes back to the Tonyan touchdown that they said was a pass interference, which wasn't. And, they got a field goal out of it. And then that last drive would have been a hell of a lot different. But even with that, Green Bay didn't do enough early. Buffalo controlled, the game for the most part. They really didn't do a hell of a lot in the second half. They're up, 24-7 at halftime, and they win 27-17. So, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals to Green Bay's, 2 touchdowns and a field goal and then a missed 55-yarder to, give them a chance for an onside kick. But the 4th down and 3 at the beginning of the game, they should have punted. And even if it was 0-0 then, they should have punted. It was early, so a lot of ball left. Pin them deep, make them drive on you, give them a short field. They drove and scored again. 14-0. You cut it to 7, 14-7. It was 21-7, 24-7. Okay, 24-10, 27-10, and then 27-17. You luckily get the ball back again, and then you drive and kick the field goal, but no good, and then game's over. They take a knee, and that's it. But that last drive would have been a hell of a lot different with a 1-score game at 27-20 rather than a 10-point lead, 27-17, with the Tonyan touchdown that they said was offensive pass interference, which it wasn't. He swam through the block to break free, and they said OPI for whatever fucking reason. They threw some penalty flags for the fouls tonight, but I didn't think they called it down the middle. Once it's a penalty, call it. If it's not, don't. Buffalo's good. They got to figure out a way to, still continue to close out games. I mean, they scored fucking 3 points in the second half. 60-minute game. They did enough early to win, but Josh Allen then with a couple of turnovers, he tries to do too much, and then it costs him. Luckily, tonight it didn't, but it almost did. Green Bay is going to be all right. I still think at 3-5, they'll find a way out of all this. They just got to get healthy. They're banged up, and the trade deadline's on Tuesday. We'll see if they, sign anybody off the street as well, potentially. They got to get some help for him on offense. He's, some receivers to throw the fucking football to, for God's sakes. They'll get Lazard and Cobb back eventually, and then they still have Dobbs and Samori Toure, who had the touchdowns tonight. Watson went out with an injury. Sammy Watkins had a really where did he go? Tonyan was key. Jones and Dillon at running back, but they need a receiver or 2, maybe hell even 3 for that matter. Another tight end, or just help up front of the offensive line, and defensively too. They're banged up, and for the first time in 14 games make it. The Packers lose in prime time. So Green Bay falls to 3-5. They're tied with the Bears, second place in the NFC North. They're at the top, 6-1, just like Buffalo in the NFC East, with Miami right behind them, who they lost to, I might add, along with then the Jets and the Patriots. But New England beat Gangrene earlier. But they're still a football to be played. I thought coming into the season, this was going to be the Super Bowl matchup we'd get. And we got it on Halloween weekend, and it was 27-17. We'll see if, of course, still that comes to fruition in February or not. But, Green Bay's got to get healthy. Schedule ain't going to get any easier. Went over that, earlier. They're bye until 2 weeks before fucking Christmas, and the final bye weeks of the year. And they go to Detroit next week. But then after that, it is Dallas, then Tennessee on a short week at home on a Thursday night, and then they go to Philly on a Sunday night. Like, sitting at 3-5, yeah. Okay, maybe 4-5, 7-5, 4-8, or anywhere in between, like I said, for the Packers. They got to get healthy. If they do, I think they'll be okay. If not, well, it might be a long season. Still got 2 full months of football left, though, and then 2 weeks into January, the playoffs will begin. It seems like right now, as they already lost to the Vikings, they don't play them again until later in the year. If Green Bay is making the playoffs, it's going to be as a wild card, and they'll have to go on the road. Buffalo, in the meantime, they got to find a way to close out games late. They're up once again 24-7 at halftime, and they only scored 3 points in the third and fourth quarter in 30 minutes of football and won 27-17. Like, what if Green Bay did do, more than they didn't do early, or if they, did end up scoring on that last drive, or that touchdown that they said was pass interference wasn't pass interference, it was a touchdown, they didn't have to go for 3. Like, if this, if that, like, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I get all that, but Buffalo's good, as are, say the Eagles and, a few other teams around the league, and we'll talk about all this later, as I'm about to sign off for tonight. Once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. But I don't think they're halfway point right now necessarily great. They got to find a way, even, potentially as complete teams, find a way to play a full 60. But there's times that you just find ways to win games. You do enough early and you hold on late. Or if you're down early, you find a way to come back and win. And a win's a win, because that's all anybody ever remembers at the end of the day. And you add all those wins up, the more wins you have, the better off you're going to be. And then, just hopefully, if you do lose, it's not in the playoffs. So 27-17 is going to be your final score on Sunday Night Football. We'll see what Rodgers has to say, but they got to get healthy. If they can get healthy, they'll be fine. Because, they're still able to, execute to an extent. Yeah, he turned the ball over once. Josh Allen turned it over a couple times. That could have cost him, but it really didn't. They helped Rodgers out in the game tonight. Jones had 20 carries for 143 yards rushing. E.J. Dillon had 10 carries, 54 yards rushing. Dobbs stepped up at receiver, had 62 yards receiving in the score. Torrey, 37 yards in the score as well. Robert Tonyan would have had about 50, 55 yards receiving. Finished with 5 for 35, but would have had a touchdown. But, yeah, I'd be pissed because that was not pass interference. Rodgers with carry for 11 yards, and then Amari Rodgers had a catch for 22 yards on that last drive before the missed field goal. Jones 4-14. Watson a catch for 12 yards before, of course, he went out with the injury. Earlier, DeGuara a catch for 9. Dillon a catch for 9 on the backfield as well. Sammy Watkins early had a catch for 3 yards. Like, what in the hell? But Rodgers was 19 of 30 for 203 yards passing. 2 touchdowns and the pick. Josh Allen, 13 of 25, 218. He was also sacked twice, as was Aaron Rodgers. Had 2 interceptions with the 2 touchdowns. And they also had a rushing touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, honestly, by McKenzie, or the, early touchdown to Dawson Knox, or Diggs with 6 catches, 108 yards receiving on the touchdown as well. One of those scores, they don't have that. And then the 2 field goals they had, or 3 field goals they had, I might add. Tyler Bass, 2 for 2, 42 yards on the long. 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals is 27. It's late. It might be a different, not necessarily outcome, but story to an extent, and make a play or 2 here or there. But Singletary did finish with 14 carries, 67 yards rushing. Allen 6 of 49. Cook 5 of 35. Diggs led the team in receiving, 108 yards and a touchdown. Cook 1 catch, 41 yards out of the backfield. Gabe Davis 2 of 35. Starting to get chippy there with a few players at times as well. But a fight potentially is going to break out. Singletary to catch for 16 yards. Dawson Knox 2 of 10 on the score early. McKenzie a carry for a yard and a touchdown, and also had a catch for 8 yards. But even with Green Bay controlling the clock by 7 minutes, they had 4 more penalties. They did have more yards rushing, came up just short in the passing. 50% third down, 0 for 4th down, but the run game helped them, because if not, it could have been a hell of a lot worse than it was. They just got to get healthy. And I think it goes back once again to the 4th down and short. They went for it early, even though it's still 0-0. Then Buffalo capitalized off of that. And then they were up. They did enough early to, hold on to win then late. And then, the Tunyon touchdown that they said was PI, which it wasn't. Green Bay had to kick a field goal, and if that was a touchdown, that last drive is a hell of a lot different than what it was. Down 10 at 27-17, it could have been 27-20, and, they're probably going for it on 4th and 10 there, rather than kicking it. But if they still kick it, well, of course he missed it, but then if you made it one way or another, they're kicking an onside kick, and then, well, we know about onside kicks. You very rarely recover those nowadays, but you just never know, which, of course, the fun part about it is while we sit down and watch the game for that matter. But meantime, that'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coin Luke 96. So, just once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And the Bills beat the Packers on Sunday Night Football, 27-17. So, once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. I'll see everybody when I see you, potentially tomorrow, maybe next month. But just as always, thanks for tuning in and listening. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Bills win it by 10 at home here tonight on Sunday Night Football, 27-17.